What's up, everyone? It is Friday, April 16th. We got a BBT event, 2 live matches. Terra vs. Trutacz should be starting 3 p.m. Eastern sharp. Then afterwards, we got Bonyth vs. Koget, another live match. 4 more BBT events left. We start at February 5th. We end on April 24th. We will have broadcasted 66 matches. Each one was 5 games long. Total of 330 total games. Here is the leaderboard as of today. So we got a 12-man round robin event. That means everybody has to play each other. There's 12 people. That equals 66 matches. Since they're 5-game matchups, as I mentioned, 330 total games. You can see how many single game wins each player has, how many single game losses they have. The most important indicator of the best status, the whole point of the round robin is to maximize your single game wins and minimize your single game losses so that you have the highest game rate ratio. That's the most important indicator of best status. All the names are ranked on this leaderboard according to win rate ratio. DeWalt has the highest, followed by Bonyth, Dandy, Oya, Terror, Trutacz, Ziki, Koget, Cross, Dragon, Body, Striker. Every single game win, guys, right now is worth slightly over $15. So you take their single game win number and you multiply it by $15 and you'll come up with a dollar figure, and that's how much everyone has made, even the people at the bottom of this list. So it's a really cool prize system that we created. At the very end, when all the matches are done, we will basically include the amount of money that they have won under the remaining column. I'll do that during the last stream events. I think it'll be cool to see how much money each person has made. And you'll see the people at the top, they'll make hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The people at the bottom, they'll make at least over $100. You know. If you can afford to, please subscribe for $5. You get access to at least 110 replays. You can subscribe for all 3 months. I mean, 2 months have passed, but if you can somehow hook us up with $15, we'll hook you up with 330 replays of 66 matches. These are the best replays outside of Korea in terms of quality and quantity. Really hope people consider donating, contributing to this event. All the money goes to the prize pool to benefit players. No administrative costs. No better way to support the foreign Brood War community than to financially and morally support players. You know, contributing to prize pools like this one, following player streams, subscribing to their streams. I think a major goal of ours was really to support the foreign community. First and foremost, the players, by organizing show matches and events, to hook them up with some money, to showcase their skills and personalities with, you know, high caliber games, but also cool graphics. Trying to do for foreigners. Okay, we got some new alerts. Thank you, Depleted, who does our BBT graphics. All the non-player portraits, anime sketches are done by Depleted. That is a cool-ass alert. Thanks, Ace Love. So as I was saying, we're really trying to showcase the foreign community in a similar manner that the Koreans do with their own players. A big mission of mine is to kind of act like an agent, not just for players, but other elements of the foreign Brood War scene. So casters, basically community casters, people who've casted before or never before, getting them to hop on 3-man cast teams and just having fun casting some games. Maybe other organizers will, you know, see a caster they've never seen before and opt to, you know, hire them to cast an event. or at the very least, you know, we're just having fun hanging out, casting and watching some StarCraft together. The other thing we do is try to support map makers. We're doing all kinds of fun things with map makers, and in this event we've included at least 2 maps by Freakling, who is an ASL, KSL, ladder map maker. He's been in the game for a long time. He created Dominio Azio with Last Curse and D's E-Ray. To pay tribute to him, we included those maps in our map pool. He also edited the other maps that we have, Polypoid, Neosylphid, and Eclipse, just fixing technical issues and things like that. He's also mentored all kinds of map makers and provided feedback. That's the thing about map makers, guys. All the maps you see, and they might be credited with the name of one author, they're really collective products because they've received feedback and comments from other map makers. If you go to broodwarmaps.net, you'll see a website that's been up for over 2 decades that professional Korean map makers have used, including Latius, who has created Neosylphid and Eclipse, and KM, who's created Polypoid, Waldstein, who created Ringing Bloom. They've actually uploaded maps on that foreign website before and received feedback. So anyways, we just wanted to pay tribute to Freakling by including his maps in there, and we've done other things with mappers as well. Last but not least, we got graphic designers, who I try to promote. I think they're really cool graphic designers. Depleted does all our BBTTQ stuff. Queen, big shout out to her. She did all of our portrait sketches. If anybody needs graphics out there for their streams, you want a cool personalized anime sketch or something like that, definitely hit them up. I have been spamming their names in our Twitch bot. Back to the BBT event we got today. This is the leaderboard, guys. When we started this event, we created a thread on TL.net to announce that this event was going to happen, and we asked people to make a prediction list from number 1 to number 12, who they think is going to be ranked from number 1 to 12, and whoever is able to get the prediction list closest to the real outcome, we offered a $25 prize. I'll try to reveal who the winner is by the end of the stream event. It's going to be a little tricky, but maybe we can do that. We stopped asking for predictions at the end of February because it wouldn't be fair, right? If people keep up with the event and are able to see the rankings and form an opinion at the last second and get it right. But I'm sure there's one person who got a list that closely resembles what we have. It might change a little bit depending on how Bonyth, Dandy, Oya, Terror. As you can see, there's a bunch of games left. DeWalt has 5 games left. Bonyth has 10 games left. Dandy has 10, and so on. 4 more BBT events today, tomorrow, and then next week, Friday and Saturday. Be the end of this 3-month series. Help me get through a long, isolating winter. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Big shout out to all the players for committing to this, as I mentioned, in November, I think December of 2020. We started this in February 2021, and they all stuck in there. And it's been a real pleasure to work with them. Really reliable, good-mannered, no real incidents, smooth as can be. Appreciate all the community casters who've donated hours of their time each week coming in. It's been really fun hanging out with them and showing other people, you know, who they are. I'm sure some viewers out there might be familiar with some of the caster names that we featured in other stream channels. Today we'll have Kwark, LML, and MasterRey. Guys, I tried to get, because Kwark is a Protoss player, LML and MasterRey are Protoss players as well. I generally ask casters who are familiar with other races so we can get a nice combination of a Protoss or Terran or whatever the matchups are for that day, but I'm not always successful. And these gentlemen, even though they all play Protoss, were available and generous enough to accept my invitation, so I'm going to be looking forward to casting these games with them. Want to mention that on Saturday, April 17th at 2100 Central European Time, that's 3 p.m. Eastern, we have a 9-game show match between Eon Zerg and Casper. Big shout out to Leo UA, a wonderful individual who has sponsored this show match with Esport Fund. They came up with $300. I asked Trovo if they would be willing to add $50 to the prize pool if we were to exclusively stream it on Trovo.live on our account, Team ThinkQuick TTV, and they agreed. So the prize pool is $350 for this 9-game show match between Eon Zerg and Casper. Please tune in. It's on the Classic G's Weekly 2021 map pool. Dozens of cool old school maps that people can pick to play their games on. If you can, please show up and support it. Your viewership is very important. It helps me convince Trovo basically to sponsor more and more events. These events, they help players out, guys. There aren't that many opportunities for them to make money or, you know, showcase their talent, especially if they're not streaming themselves. Really helpful if you guys do show up. And again, thanks to Leo and Esport Fund for providing this lucrative show match opportunity for these players. You know, they're getting paid based on single game wins. In a 9-game show match, if you have $350 prize, every single map is worth $39. So that's pretty sweet. Should be a good ZBT. Tune in tomorrow. That'll be right before BBT, which starts at 5 p.m. Eastern. And we'll have 3 terrific matchups tomorrow during our BBT events. Cross vs. Oya will be live. Dragon vs. Terror will be live. And then we'll have Cross vs. Trutacz. ZBZ. So pretty action-packed weekend. We're not trying to end on a low note. We're trying to end on a high note. Get some live games in there. Get some hype matches in there. Some other show matches as part of the Leo show match series, sponsored by Esport Fund. We'll have Bonyth vs. Ret be in May, after BBT is wrapped up. Bonyth vs. Dandy, that's one that I'm particularly looking forward to. Saturday, May 15th. As you can notice, they're all kind of at the same time. I may change the time in case it conflicts with another event like BSL. Might be slightly afterwards. Then we got Koget vs. Trutacz. That's going to be another favorite matchup of mine. The last one has not been determined yet. There's a thread about this show match series on TL.net in the StarCraft tournament section. If you go to it, you can actually make some suggestions. So that's really cool of Leo and Rustbrain and Esport Fun of basically leaving it up to public opinion or suggestions to organize the last one. It would be worth $350. And yeah, you can drop 2 names. I think I had suggested Oya vs. Terror U because they weren't given a show match opportunity. Others suggested Julia vs. Lancer. I don't know if that was a joke or seriously. Probably a combination of both. Someone else I think recommended Ziki versus someone. I'm personally a fan of offering these opportunities to active, reliable, really skilled players. And everyone who's chosen to play a show match for this series is, yeah, reliable, good skilled, good mannered. And it's a great opportunity for the foreign players. Yeah, big shout out to Rustbrain, Leo, and all the other organizers and sponsors for helping out the foreign scene. As you know, StarCraft has a pretty niche community, but of viewers especially. But I think more people follow the Korean scene. I'm led to believe that just by, you know, the following that Falcon Paladin, Tastosis, and them have. And a lot of those people are watching pro gamers basically being casted by Falcon Paladin and Tasteless and Artosis. And I think part of it has to do with the personalities of those casters. But the other thing is, I think there's a lot of viewers who just watch Korean pro gamers, and they don't really follow the foreign scene. So I kind of made it a goal of mine, being inspired by other organizers like BSL, Russian Cyber Games, many others, to try to showcase the foreign community. These are wonderful people, and worth supporting, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Chassler should be joining me soon. I think Terror and Trutacz want to get right into it at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2100 Central European Time. Terror vs. Trutacz should be a pretty good matchup. I mean, all the matchups are really good, but I'm not sure how that's going to go. I want to say Terror might be the favorite there, but I don't know, man. Trutacz, maybe he's not as active as the other players, but he still kind of comes back and like kicks ass. So he's retained a lot of the skills, I guess, he's developed over the years, and maybe he doesn't need as much practice time. But we'll see. Want to give a big shout out to all the donators of our Matcherino page. Braino Jack, thank you for contributing recently. Ziki, actual participant of this tournament, donated, thank you. WG Tour D Knight, thank you, man, so much for your donation. Jogarif, thank you, my friend. Dark Matter, really appreciate the $100. Tofu Cake, Romario, Sony, Spaceman, H. Ray Phil, A. Contreras, Sinclair, CRVT donated $500, guys. MFD, Monkey Library, LML, Damn Funk, Sarando, Dez, and of course, I love these alerts, man. Rustbrain and Esport Fund threw down $1,500, matched our initial $1,500. So we're at a $5,000 prize pool. Every single game worth $15 now. That means one show match has 5 games in it. $75 is up for grabs. Today we got 2 show matches. That's 10 games. That means $150 is on the line. Pretty good. Pretty good prize system. Everybody's going to be making some money. Everybody's skill has been showcased. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I've noticed some other show matches too being organized where like people are getting paid according to single game wins. I think that's pretty cool. Splits are nice too, but it seems to me they don't always incentivize players to win, because first or second place in a show match is guaranteed something, you know, when there's a 70-30 split. When you make every single game worth something, it really, I think, incentivizes each player to try to win that game. It also makes sense to have a, you know, a longer series. Winner takes all is kind of cutthroat. It kind of sucks that, like, you know, the person, one person in a show match, for example, doesn't make anything. But it's cool when different prize systems are featured in different events, I guess. You don't want the same kind of prize system in every single event. LML!
Hey,
Thank you for joining, my friends.
thanks for inviting me.
We have a very active community member, BSL admin, A rank, Protoss player, right? LML?
Yes.
I think you've won Gosu League before in
I
BSL.
wish I won Chobo League.
Oh, Chobo League. That was recent, right? I think I remember
Yeah.
watching the finals.
Season 9 was last year.
Very good. We have one German. We're waiting for a second German. That's MasterRey. And then we'll have an Englishman/American join us. That's Kwark.
Hello.
Speak of the devil.
Hi.
Hi.
Guys, while we're waiting for Terra and Trutacz, I'm going to put the leaderboard up, and maybe you can just say some things about it.
Yeah, I'll just load it myself quickly just so I can take a look. But I think it looks like Duel has it locked, honestly. There's one more game for him to play, or one more series he can play, and it's against Bonyth. However, Bonyth, even if Bonyth goes 5-0, that puts Dewalt on 14 losses. If Bonyth drops one more game against anybody, then the best he can do is draw with Dewalt. If he loses one game to Dewalt, then Dewalt's got it. It's and today Bonyth's going to play Koget. Bonyth needs to go 5-0 against Koget, or Dewalt wins the event. Let's see how second place is going. A second place for Bonyth looks pretty safe, but Dandy could still take it. Oya potentially could take it if Dewalt does well against Bonyth as well, because Oya doesn't have that many super strong opponents left to play. That's not true. He's got Cross and Dandy, but Oya could do well against both of those.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, I was just talking about who's gonna, I guess what the ranking's gonna look like. It looks like Dewalt has it locked down in first position. 2 through 4. Terra has a lot more of series left to play as well. Terra could jump up towards the end of the event too. He's playing Trutacz today. If Terra does well against Trutacz, then and then does well against Dragon tomorrow, he could definitely jump a few places. But it looks like Dewalt's run away with this. His lead is just too big.
MasterRey, thanks for joining.
Situation. Yeah, no problem. Hello, thanks for inviting me again, and I'm happy to cast this. I just want to say Trutacz is in exactly the same situation as Terror. So if Trutacz wins against Terror now, Trutacz also still has 10 other games remaining afterwards, so he could jump up as well.
Yeah, he's against Cross tomorrow. Trutacz's EVZ is really good, so that could go up. And then Body, and as much as I love Body, he may be outclassed in that matchup too. So yeah, Trutacz has a lot of potential to jump.
Yeah.
And maybe Bonyth second place isn't that safe. I mean, it really does come down to Bonyth against Dewalt. If Bonyth 5-0s Dewalt, he still can't win. or he still probably won't win. But if DeWalt takes some games off Bonyth, then Bonyth has the potential to drop.
Yeah, but then again, Bonyth has 10 wins over Trutacz and Terror, so
Yeah, but they have a
if
game in
he
hand.
if he
yeah.
gets some points today, even if he only gets like 3 points or 2 points today, I think he has pretty much secured the second place. Even if he gets 5-0 by default.
I don't know.
I mean, if he wins 3
Yeah.
matches today, he has 35. So then Terror or Trutacz have to win 13 out of the remaining.
Okay,
15
you
games.
are correct. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Bonyth probably has top 4 on lock.
Yeah.
And it probably will get second. Who does Dandy have left? Dandy has Oya and Terra. Okay, yeah, Dandy is probably actually not gonna do too well over the next 2 weeks. I know he's got a good chance of winning both series. I'm not saying he's gonna lose them, but he's not gonna get like 10-0, I think.
Yeah, Oya versus Dandy next weekend on Friday. So that could be the game for place rank number 3.
Yeah, I'd believe that. It's they both should do okay against the players they have left, except each other.
Yeah.
Terra's surprisingly low down. He's got 3 matches left. So Trutacz, Dragon. He should do well against Dragon. And Dandy.
You think it's possible for a really good player to perform better in tournament elimination formats than, say, a round robin format like this one?
Absolutely. It's I mean, last week we had Bonyth playing at like 3 a.m. his time after like a long day of shit, and he lost some games. He made some mistakes, and I think that's not a coincidence. It's just you can't put the kind of preparation that he puts into BSL into everything. It's just not possible. So yeah, there's certainly players who do better in tournaments than the rest of the time, and there's certainly players for which the inverse is true, for which they're high level, or the standard players at a much higher level, but they don't. They either get tournament nerves, or they don't practice in such an effective way.
Right.
Bonyth is his tournament play is better than his standard play by some margin, I think.
Also, it's if you just look at pure like statistics or stochastics, I'm not sure if that's the correct English word, but a tournament is just way more volatile. You have less games.
Yeah.
You have maybe you get lucky in one tournament, you get only the same matchup that is your best matchup, or other tournament you play your worst matchup more often or so, and it can just go in both extremes. You can get lucky or unlucky in tournaments way more often compared to a round robin. Round robin has a lot of games, you play against everyone, you play all the matchups, so there it really evens out more and comes closer to the actual skill level, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, DeWalt in BSL is a good example of that. He just he ran into Bonyth early and he went out early, but I don't think that's a reflection of his level.
Alright guys, we're waiting for Terra and Trutacz. Trutacz is on BattleNet, so we're waiting for Terra U. Should be starting very soon.
And if I remember correctly, Terra U hasn't been practicing as much since BSL because he was putting off a vacation that he subsequently took. I saw him streaming last night though.
Yeah, he's actually on vacation right now.
Yeah, so he's not on his like normal setup.
But he was streaming yesterday on vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took his laptop and mouse
StarCraft is life.
Priorities.
BBT better be his life. Yeah, it's a very long commitment, guys, like 3 months. It's kind of impractical, I think. You can do this once in a blue moon, but who wants to commit to a 3-month event and not get paid until the very end?
Well, what's the prize pool at now?
Over 5,000, so every single game win is worth $15. Every single show match, $75 is up for grab.
Okay, so let's assume. Yeah, DeWalt's getting like $600 for this. It's not bad. That's a fair.
At least. The nice thing is that number is going to be very similar as you go down a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're going to get Bonyth, all these guys, 4th, 5th place. Everyone's going to make hundreds of dollars. Striker, I think, has over $135. And
yeah. Also, Striker's done. That looks like he's.
Yeah, we threw everybody at him very fast.
Yeah.
It seems like. Shout out to My Fleeting Dream who did the schedule.
Yeah, but he still comes out with $136 for his trouble.
And the best, I think, practice games that you're going to get.
Yeah. Vody still has a series to play. Dragon still has 2 series.
As I kind of mentioned earlier before you guys came, what I've noticed is that the pro gamer scene, I think gets more attention and views from people. And we just try to showcase the foreign community more. The players, casters, things like that. So I think we've been somewhat successful because I've heard a few people tell me, you know what, I didn't really give a shit about the foreign scene until I kind of followed you guys, got into BSL. Guys, Trutacz and Terryu are in the chat, ready to go. I'm going to run a promo video, hype this up. Let's do this.
We only hear audio. We see no screen, but we have to cast and predict what's happening from the sound.
We could try to do that now. Alright guys, we're back.
Okay, so Arrow versus Trutacz. Guys, get your predictions in the chat. I want to see some numbers again. What do you think? How will this show match end? What's the score at the end of this 5-game show match, guys? Go, numbers in the chat.
This is the first live show match with Trutacz. Get your predictions up. We got new alerts, guys.
I'm betting Trutacz to take this, honestly. I mean, I know Terra was like, a few weeks ago he was in the shape of his life, but Vacation Terra against Trutacz, I'm thinking maybe Trutacz. But like 3-2.
Yeah, could be. I also think Trutacz has a good chance, even if he started out a bit lower and Terror just came from a very nice BSL season. But I also feel Trutacz definitely has a shot, but it's close. I also go 3-2. to Trutacz. LML, what do you think about the 3-0 score prediction of Takyu in the chat?
3-0. I don't know how he's
3-0.
gonna do that.
What do you think about that?
That's 3-0 after 5 games. That's difficult.
We
correct.
did almost see a draw. It was Dandy against Trutacz or something, or Dandy against Ziki, where they were lifting buildings.
Oh, I still have to watch that one.
It was a fantastic game. They both destroyed each other's bases, but Dandy had a floating CC and a dropship, and he started moving his CC around the map, trying to get a mineral here and there. Okay, so Terra's doing his standard like 8 racks on the map opener. I mean, he loves this build. This is like a Terra special. He's not going for the first overlord. This is going to be a like a light bunker rush, trying to kill drones, and then straight into vultures. The problem, I think, is that if Trutacz has ever seen any Terra game before, he knows this is coming, because Terra, in like every single event, or every single match in this event, has done this opening in game 1 on Polyvoid.
Yeah, he's probably also not even going to make a bunker.
No, he's just after the drones, and then
Yeah.
the vulture timing. Okay, Trutacz still going for the 12-11. Interesting. I would have. I mean, maybe Trutacz knows what he's doing, but I feel like having seen Terra as a player, I would have gone 11-10 here. But I guess
So
he's,
usually,
he's confident.
yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, I guess he's either confident against it or he's not put in the research.
Yeah, could be. Usually, by the way, guys, this game or this strategy is not designed to outright kill a Zerg. It's just to do some economic damage. Usually, since you also have a floating Rex and you cut 1 SCV or so for that, it's not the best build economically for the Terran either. So he has to do damage. If he doesn't kill a single drone, he's definitely behind from this. So the break-even point is around 2 drones, I would say. What do you think?
Yeah, it depends on how much mining time is lost, because it's the vulture that gets you. However, Trutacz is completely caught off guard. He stopped his overlord. He doesn't know where Terra is. He's now thinking, okay, wait a second. Terra was top left. His overlord started moving again. But this is so late. He needs the drones out on the map now. He needs to be drilling now, but he can't.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah,
that's
this will
fantastic
probably
bunker
do
position
some
too.
damage.
Straight behind the mineral line.
Oh man,
You can't even drill them. That is beautiful.
Yeah. That is really hard.
And even if he
One
loses the
drone
SCV,
died.
he can, those are just going to be so difficult to kill.
2
Oh
drones
my god.
down already.
Yeah, and he can cancel that bunker later on.
Oh, they're also hurt as well. He could, if he focused, he would actually get even more, but he already got 3. So this is already a good rush, and it's nowhere near cleared yet.
Oh, beautiful. He needs to be targeting the ones that are actually attacking him, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So Trutacz has like 4 drones mining, and he's got to build a sunken, so it's going to get worse. Please cancel that bunker, Terra. He didn't cancel it. Look at his money.
Ah,
Oh, that was sloppy.
he's still ahead from this. Still
Yeah, he's
worse,
massively
even
ahead.
with the
He's gonna. He,
non-cancelled
doesn't-
bunker.
he has 0 marines. He doesn't need any marines. He's just gonna contain with the vulture, and there's a starport on the way. And Trutacz knows what's going on. He's got a hydrogen coming, but it's not gonna. Okay, Terra's building marines again. He's gonna do a vulture marine drop. I bet that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna do like 3 vultures, 2 marines.
That sounds likely. He's not making a command center. Just keeps pumping vultures, but he's making a race first. And he got an overlord. Or did he? No, he supply tricked, right?
Yeah, but this overlord should die to the marine. Okay, no, it's not. It's gonna probably be a full vulture drop, but I mean, this is such a Terra build to do. There's a reason that I'm making these confident predictions about what's going to happen. It's because he's done this so many times. I don't think Trutacz is going to lose a another overlord to the Wraith. I think the Hydra should have it covered, but even so, he's not able to build the drones. He has to build Sunkens, Hydras, anything but drones. With 2 hatcheries and
putting
lava
some-
production. Cap.
Putting
so-
some damage on the vulture already. That's good.
Okay. What do you think about the army? It can't be for Valkyries because there's no Spire, right? So it's got to be just for mech transition.
Yeah, for sure. I think he will probably get some Goliaths. I mean, you have to remember he didn't have scouting information from the main the whole time. Just now he flew over the main with Brace, so there was a chance that there's some fast Mutalism.
We have a machine shop spinning. Mines, I think. It's got to be mines, surely, for the Volt drop.
Mines of speed.
Oh, and with the Wraith too, we can do. There's a potential here that the Vultures are going to pull the Hydras around, and the Wraith is going to keep the Overlord from attacking the mine or getting near the mines. This could get into a very ugly situation.
So
There's
is
nothing
there
in that
defense
dropship
in
yet.
the Zerg main? Are there Hydras in the Zerg main? That's the question. Okay, there's 1 Hydra sitting at the edge.
There's only going to be 3 Vultures in this because he didn't load one. This is a mistake by Terra. His drop timing is off just because he forgot to load it before it left his base. Oh, he's going to
He should
elevate
just
the rest into.
elevate that in
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like that's exactly what he's going to do if there's units grouping up here. And 1 Hive is just going to go down immediately. Yeah.
Just flash into the next one.
Yeah, I mean, Vultures do what, 10 damage a hit against Hydras. That's more damage than the Hydras do to the Vultures.
Oh, the Hydra speed finishes, so that's good for Trutacz.
Oh,
nice!
Nice! So good to Trutacz. I mean, he's just shut this down apparently. So Terra is expanding behind this, but he needed that damage, and he didn't get it.
Yeah, didn't kill a single drone.
Yeah.
And that was only possible because the Hydralist speed finished in that moment.
Yeah, these means aren't going to do shit. This
Oh,
is
they're doing good here.
this is not what Terra was after. This is like the worst I've ever seen this rush do. And it's not even like Trutacz was like super hard countering it either.
I mean, these Marines are still doing damage. They killed the Hydra, 2 drones. Maybe get that Overlord that is red HP already. Okay, will not get it, but still.
He's going to run into the mine. That I don't think he wants to run into the mine. I don't know. Yep.
Oh well.
Those Marines received that order and were like, "Are you sure about this? I don't know about this, Terra. You're the boss. We'll run towards the mine if you want, but not what he was after." I mean, I like Trutacz's position. This is Terra doing like his comfort build, and Trutacz scouted at last and took a bunch of damage against the bunker. And still, I like his position. I feel like parts of this have been a bit sloppy for Terra. Like, also, those vultures not being loaded into the dropship, that is how Hydra speed finished. That timing window is what went wrong here for him.
Yeah. It was
The drop-
really like 2 seconds before the drop came in, the Hydra speed finished.
Yeah, and his dropship finished, ran straight across the top while the vultures were laying mines outside of Trutacz's base. And then he realized at the last second, wait a second, there's no vultures in this, they can't drop. Had to pull it back, had to move his vultures from Trutacz's natural all the way up, get vultures from his main, move those across. Like, it cost him so much time, and it was time that he couldn't afford.
Okay, we see another drop here. I'm not sure what's in there, maybe 4 Goliaths or so, but Hydras are ready anyways. Oh, actually, they are not ready at all.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Okay, well, he sees the lurk attack at least. That's going to help slightly. I'm assuming that we have +1 on the way, so it's going to be Mech and Hive by Trutacz. Just 2 base 3 hat Hive. I don't know about this because he's not going to really have the economy to go like a proper Defiler push. This might just be a Lurk Hydra all in. No, wait, then why would he be going? You see, I don't understand this matchup, so I'm just talking nonsense right now. I'm trying to work out what it is I'm looking at. But going I feel like going Hive on 2 gas is like a thing you do against Bio when you want to just get a early swarm and pop the bunkers. You wouldn't do that against Mines and Siege Tanks, logically. Because they can both kill you under swarm. Would you?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the Hive is for, to be honest. I have no idea.
Oh, nice denial on the attempt to take a third. Oh, never mind. Drone with the kill. Oh, that's that 1 armor. Beautiful. He rushes 1 armor and he gets the effectively breakpoint against the vultures.
Okay, 3 more factories coming up. Trutacz going for a 3rd base.
When I first saw the Queen's Nest, I was thinking like Queens for the tanks. Do we think he just doesn't know this is mech? Because he hasn't had any scout. I mean, okay, now he knows because he sent some links into the natural side. But do you think at the time he just didn't know this was mech? Thought it was maybe just a vote drop into bio.
I think he knew. Otherwise, I don't think he would get mines.
Okay, yeah, so he really just want to end this with Defilers and like 1/1 Hydra. But...
Yeah, I mean, Defiler's Dark Swarm is still good against mech. Not as good, of course, because as the tanks grow in numbers, they still do a lot of damage under Dark Swarm.
Yeah,
but you can still play it.
I'm worried about the mines personally. I feel like what's going to happen is we're going to get a swarm, some lurkers are going to run in, and then there's going to be a mine explosion, and it's going to go. They're just all going to die.
Yeah, of course. If he runs into the mines, then it's bad. But apart from that, lurkers are pretty good against vultures and mines when they are already burrowed when the Terran comes.
Oh, we have Koget in chat who's going to tell us what's going on. We're going to be
seems to have a misplaced rally point for his starport. His vessel is sitting at 12 o'clock.
Oh, that explains why the dropship just fucked up and left the vultures behind earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, suddenly it all makes sense.
He still hasn't noticed. He also said it's hard to see the minimap on his laptop screen, so that might play into it.
He will fly across it with a dropship and see it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe.
Laptop gaming. Whatever, though. Tez got nothing to prove to anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I do know about this. I don't like it. This is not the dream. Oh, the tank doesn't even get out. Holy shit.
But to be honest, the tank doesn't kill drones faster than 2 vultures. I think it's actually good to micro the 2 vultures and let the tank die.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair point.
Okay, and now we see the push. So, what about the tech for Trutacz? What does he have? If he just has a bunch of Hydras, he will probably die to the mass tanks. Okay, Defiler mount is ready. I don't see a Defiler.
I saw a Defiler earlier. There's one somewhere.
Okay, you saw. Okay, the question is, does it have energy? Oh, 100 energy. Okay, just finishes. So he has 1 Dark Swarm here. Will that be enough?
He's got more than one.
Okay.
Yeah, I was expecting Terra to be defending rather than pushing into Swarm.
When I was saying that, do it right before Swarm, but didn't get the timing right. Yeah,
all of the timings have been a bit off this game. Because I was thinking like mech defensively is fine against Hydra Swarm, but offensively, different story. Now Trutacz has his 3rd gas. There's going to be a lot of...
Terra has found his vessel, so now he can use the radiation. He was just waiting for the energy.
Oh, those 6 drones are sitting there for a very long time already.
I don't know about the Hydra armor against mech. I don't know that reducing siege tank hits from 85 to, or in this case 80 I guess, to 78, is that worth it?
I have no idea.
I would like to have seen attack. I mean, I'm sure he's getting both, but I would like to have seen attack be the one he rushed.
Yeah.
This is the issue with siege tanks. There's so many siege tanks now that it just doesn't matter that the swarm's there.
He needs burrowed lurkers there. Hydras will still get damaged under Dark Swarm. Just burrowed lurkers will not, if there's no unit next to it. Without
lurkers, has done it.
Yeah.
I mean, this push here is going to kill the base, and if he kills the base, then job done. Oh, and these vultures are going to get all those drones too. If they just attack the lings rather than laying mines.
Well, there's a lurker, but no Dark Swarm, so that also dies. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing left for Trutacz. He tried to go for Dark Swarm here, but
are these
didn't have lurkers.
Are these overlords doing ling bombs? Yes, they are. Nice. He's got drop. And he's just going to drop Zerglings on top of the tanks.
I don't think that's gonna save him now.
They're doing a lot of damage though. I mean, he's still in real trouble, but it's like he killed like 6 tanks just now.
Yeah, he's just on one mining base right now.
Yeah.
That's devastating. And Terror is starting his third right now. It's landing.
Yeah, it's I don't like the Defiler Rush there. I don't think the Defiler Rush got him what he needed.
Yeah, also Lurkers was probably not the best against mech.
The problem is that he also used a lot of Hydras. I mean, if you even go for the Dark Swarm Rush or the Defiler Rush, then you need some additional lurkers under that, because only that can really be invincible against mech. But then he just had 2 lurkers, and then he used only Hydralisks, and they still die under Dark Swarm, so that didn't really make a lot of sense. But I mean, he clears the tanks, he's still in this game, but I think with the next push of Terror, we'll see the GG here.
Most likely, yeah.
It's a pity, because he did really well in the early game. He took absolutely no damage from what Terror was doing, even though, or took less damage than he should. I mean, the first bunker rush hurt him, but even though he was blind to it, he still did a great job of blocking it.
And Terror's just going to expand at 12 o'clock, taking a force base.
Yeah, once Terror feels like he's ahead, he can play very defensively at times. If he doesn't feel like he needs to attack to do any damage, he'll just sit back and take bases.
Yeah, I remember a game of his against Ion Zerg, and it was a 50-minute game, and he didn't move out once. He just camped and took bases, and he won.
That's what he does.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay, if you want to win, you have to attack me, and you can't kill me, so good luck with that.
Well, these Hydras will get crushed, and with that we see a 4-base Terran against an almost 3-base Zerg.
Good Aspire, that's not. I mean, there's Goliath with Goliath range. You're going to go unupgraded mutas against, and there's Radiate.
This is also too costly. Yeah. GB.
I mean, he does only have gas, I guess, so it's a good way of spending his gas on the Guardians, but yeah, it's never going to work.
Yeah, and he also had an Ultralisk cavern, but never made a single Ultralisk because he didn't have the resources, and he tagged into a Greater Spire, so he was not very high on the resources, but he spent everything on tech that he just didn't have an army to use the tech with, you know?
Yeah, I feel like in execution, Trutacz might have actually been ahead there, but in concept, his build has worked better. I don't know if anyone would agree with that, but like Terra's execution wasn't as good as we would normally expect. He didn't cancel the bunker early on. He didn't focus the Marines. He didn't focus the Lings. Like he could have gotten a lot more damage done. Yeah, his build should have done way more damage than it did, but it didn't really matter because ultimately his build took him to a place where he had a large number of +2 tanks, and Trutacz's build took him somewhere that loses to +2 tanks.
Yeah, I also think that the beginning got Terror in a very good position. Trutacz was behind from the beginning, and maybe after that he just wasn't sure what to do, was a bit indecisive, because once you feel like you're behind, sometimes you do weird decisions, and then you feel, okay, maybe I can still go to the late game, but he also made a lot of hydras because he thought he was behind early on. Maybe that all plays into that. Maybe he just didn't play his A game because he was in a stressful situation from the early game.
Although, to an extent, I have to kind of hold that against him, just because this wasn't like Terra not showing us something completely new. This was Terra doing what he does every single game. It's
Yeah.
like if Trutacz has watched a single Terra ZVT on Polypoid, he should just be blind countering every part of that. He got unfortunate with the scout too. Where he did scout early, he scouted the wrong direction, and his overlord stopped at Terra's natural, so it mistakenly believed that Terra wasn't there because of where Terra put his Vax. Question is, what's Terra going to do this game? And Trutacz is going. Is that okay? That's just a trick to get 10 out of 9. This is odd. Straight into the Overlord. So it's not a. What is he up to? Because I thought that it's better just to go Overlord on 9 than to do that trick.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Trutacz knows what he's doing. That's what. Is this a hatchery first? Is this going to be a 10 hat?
I think he will just make drones, to be honest.
Okay, it's just confusing me. Okay. Because I thought the reason you do that trick is to make sure that you use all your lava. You don't end up stuck if you go like 9 hat 9 pool or something with like a wasted lava. But he's just going to go straight for the 12 hat. Interesting. I'll have to ask him about that because I've never seen anybody do that before in this way. Well, I've never seen anybody good do that before in this way. Oh, I meant to be doing prediction. My bad.
Okay, and there is a pool on 11 here. Drones still harassing. Second barracks for Terror.
Wow. 1 base, 2 Rex play. That's not seen a lot nowadays.
Especially not with the other players seeing it. It's a thing. Like you might do a 2 Rax like as a cheese, but if there's a drone in your base looking at the second Rax, it's a bit questionable.
No surprise now.
I mean, it forces some defense from the Zerg anyways. And then he still can branch this off into several ways. Like he could go for drops with Marine Medic, he could go for an expansion rather quickly now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was wondering if he was going to be a bit tricky with this, where he shows the second Rax, but he doesn't actually need to use it. But no, he's going straight into his stim. I think he's just going to try and just bulldoze his way through the natural.
Yeah, Trutacz doesn't know what's the follow-up. Is he going to expand behind the push? Is he going to go for factory and make tanks? And that looks like he might want to put down a factory. Yeah.
Oh, somebody closed out the... did somebody close out the prediction early, or is that... Fine. Oh, let's get back to the game, sorry. I'm trying to work out what's going on with the predictions. I feel like surely Trutacz doesn't lose to this. I mean, he saw it. It's... Because I could do Terra's build. I don't play Terran, but if you just told me to make 2 racks in Academy and then attack, I feel like I could nail that, and I definitely can't beat Trutacz.
Yeah.
So
this is what I used to play when I played Terran, was like 1 base all in barracks and try to make turrets at his base and stuff like that.
it's a factory behind it, so he might do like a siege tank to bust some Sunkens, but Trutacz's mutas are going to surely kill this.
Sorry.
There is no sunken so far. This could be dangerous.
I guess Trutacz knows the timing for usual push time.
I mean, Terra doesn't have medic, so this wouldn't be what the push time would be. Okay, Lurker. Interesting. Only 1 CC. He might just be able to exhaust the scans. And Trutacz is still in the dark about what's going on. He's seen the marine count though. He knows it can't be a CC because there's been constant marine production. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
this
checked.
is not going well.
No, he was just looking for the CC. I think now he knows exactly what's going on. If Terra sees the Hydrodan though, that's going to be huge for Terra.
Yeah, I wonder if that's better for Terra's move, for Terra's strategy, to be facing lurkers. He
I
doesn't
think
need to defend his base.
facing lurkers with only Comsat is terrifying as a Terran player because you can't move out because there could just be a hold lurker every single spot between you and the other guy's base. But if you know it's lurkers, you're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I pull all my marines up into a single group and then walk blind across the map. Because he also saw that there were very few drones. Is the thing. I think that if you're Terran and you see that, you go, okay, first of all, I'm not going to walk blindly across the map. That's going to end really badly. Secondly, I don't need to.
Well, he knows the lurkers aren't done yet, so he's moving out now, so he catches the window where there are no burrowed lurkers.
Yeah.
I guess
So he
he's
will
really
just
confident on that
defend
timing.
his siege tank.
If I were him, I'd be terrified that there would be a lurker at any point. And he only has one scan. His Comsat started just now. So he has,
I
one
I think
scan.
he knows the timing.
Yeah.
He also saw the Hydra still moving around, not morphing yet when his SCV got in.
I still think Trutacz does have enough. He has 3 lurkers, he has links outside, he can flank with the links from behind. And 3 lurkers easily clear this, no
Oh,
problem.
and the medics just have a mind of their own. Medics don't give a fuck. And now they're just healing each other.
Oh boy.
Medics are traitors.
They really are. Trutacz pushes Terror back easily now.
Oh,
Can he
no
get
medics with
into
these
the
either.
natural?
Oh, there's no medics or
lurkers.
anything. They just all die. Okay, now he's got his one scan. This is going to be tricky. I guess he might have 2
He
scans
can
if he
still
didn't use
go.
one.
He can just go. He is easily enough here to burrow the lurkers with the choke.
Yeah.
And a round of medics.
GG.
On the one hand, I didn't like any
Wow.
part of Terra's build the entire game, but that medic thing was unlucky. He moves his army back. Medics are about to follow. One of them takes a tiny bit of damage, and they're like, okay, well, better stop and hit each other. That's the only way.
When the first push comes with the first, what was it, 7 Marines or so, I think what Terror hopes there is that the Zerg goes into like 2 Sunkens from that. And then this push could work because of the 2 Sunkens, the Zerg is a little bit delayed. But Trutacz actually made fighting units, he made Zerglings instead of Sunkens, so he had more to flank when the actual push of Terror came. So that was nice for Trutacz. Okay, prediction for game 3 is up, guys.
I notice it's a little laggy. It's maybe because of Terra used location and I'm observing from North America, but does the lag disadvantage Zerg or Terran more, or both of them?
Traditionally, it's considered to disadvantage Zerg because of Muta. However, if you are used to high latency, you can still micro Muta in lag. Trutacz apparently is unhappy with the lag. I mean, it's no one's fault, but I get why he's unhappy. He hasn't made Muta both games so far, and that's probably not a coincidence. Like, you can't really micro Muta like this.
I think you can if you practice it enough, but if you're not used to it, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, I mean, in BSL with Hawk against Medino, we saw Hawk like micro Muta like a god in turn rate 8.
Yep.
But I feel like there's a fair chance the Hawk actually had somebody like deliberately lag up their computer and.
I have to be a little bit critical with the players here because they play on turn rate 16 high, and there are lag spikes. When you have lag spikes, they are not like you can't calculate them in your movements, you know, because they are random, the lag spikes. If you just go on extra high or you go on turn rate 12 or so, yes, you have a slightly longer delay, but you have no lag spikes anymore. You have the same delay the whole time without spikes, and then I think it's way easier to play and way easier to micro. But I don't know, some players just think highest turn rate's always the best, but then lag spikes happens. So I don't like the lag spikes.
They're the worst.
They've also set it on high latency. Would it help if it was set on extra high?
100% it would help, yes, but that's what they chose, so I really don't understand it, to be honest.
Okay, Terra's going one base.
They prefer lag spikes.
Sorry to interrupt you, but so this wall-in opening looks a lot like a standard expansion opener, because that's how people generally expand on this map in this matchup. However, he's got a gas behind it, so this might be quick vulture or maybe a Wraith opener.
But the drone is coming. Will this drone see what's up or not? Is the wall closed already?
It is not. eBay. We're going to see like maybe one base plus one.
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh,
That's the
he
only
denies
news.
the scout. No, he doesn't.
Guess he doesn't.
Oh, what? But Trutacz actually goes out here?
He could try no TP.
would think... Yeah, but I would think that when he actually gets in and he sees the terror actually tries to deny the scout, that he will do a quick check into the main and see if there's a factory or an eBay, for example.
Yeah, you're right, because I mean, I was saying that the gas meant it was going to be factory. It's not factory. It's a +1 rush. And that's immediately flashing. Look at that. This is going to be such a quick attack. Also, Trutouch's Overlord isn't in position. Now, I like how Trutouch moved his Overlord because it's a two-player map. Terror will absolutely do stuff like put a Vax outside his natural in a way that will pick off your first Overlord. Like, that is such a Terror thing to do. I agree with Trutouch's Overlord movement. However, he's going to scout this so late. He's not going to have the Overlord in the position that overlooks the natural and sees the means walking out.
Trutacz is also making a sunken colony.
Yeah,
He
well,
believes it's 1-1-1.
yeah, I mean, Terror has telegraphed a vulture. Is
Yeah.
the thing. Terror's saying, okay, there's going to be a vulture about to run into your base. So yeah, Trutouch makes a sunken. That's a good denial. That scout. Also, just finding that one spot on the ramp where the a worker can block a worker is good. That's a difficult ramp to block. Looks like Trutouch is rushing the Hydrodon again. So yeah, he believes it's 1-1-1. And I mean, +1 Marines with medics are going to absolutely shred Hydrolisk. This is not going to be close. Because I don't think this is a Lurker Rush. I think he believes this is 1-1-1. So I would be surprised if he rushes the Lurker upgrade. If he rushes the Lurker upgrade, he's called this perfectly though. If he gets quick Lurkers, he has absolutely identified the town build. Overlord,
Yeah.
no vision. I would love that Overlord to be at the top of that cliff where it can just see what comes out of the barracks. If he sees a medic early on, that's just going to tell him everything he needs to know. Like a medic at this timing. Second gas. Okay, this is going to be Lurkers. It has to be. The only thing you could spend that gas on.
Yeah. And Trutacz might have seen the scam, so he knows there's an academy.
And also, I mean, he has a lair after all. If you just go Hydras for drop defense or so, maybe you wouldn't go lair that fast.
Yeah, I think he's fine. Also, I like that he's putting some Hydras out on the map to get a potential counterplay with the Lurkers once they're done. As long as he has some to defend. If there's only one.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that maybe he's moving a little bit too much out.
Yeah. He can sack the Nat if he needs to. If he gets Lurker eggs on his ramp and counterattacks with Lurkers, he'll be completely fine.
Well, we talk about lurkers all time, but actually there's no single lurker X started yet, so I think it just didn't finish. Oh, Trutacz doesn't know this coming. Or the lurker, okay, the lurker
Lurkers
could
on the
just
ramp.
finish, but he has no in the natural now. No
Yeah, he needs,
lurkers in the
if he
natural.
makes lurkers on his ramp, he can get into a base trade situation and win it. He needs to do that now, though.
I don't think he has the time.
Oh, he's putting a Overlord over one of his Hydras. If that's an egg, he can still win.
He can still just kill it. If he just hold positions on the ramp, the Marines will kill it, I think. He has to pull like drones, so they fire at the drones instead of the egg.
Oh, it's not blocked. Oh, that's
Ah.
tragic. That is absolutely tragic.
Okay.
Like, he had the right counter build.
And Taro needs to make bunkers on his ramp to counter the lurkers.
I mean, it's too late at this point. Trutacz is taking too much damage. I think Terra can just kill this. Even with the lurkers there.
Well, but Trutacz is on the production here, so both players dead basically.
Yeah, but I mean, Terra can lift up his CC, float it to the top right, and build a new base.
Yeah. Oh, the lurker needs to burrow. Yes. Ah, but it's too open. The Marines get a good concave on the two lurkers. If he had those lurkers in a better spot where the Marines can not get a nice concave, maybe he kills like 3 or 4 more Marines and can somehow hold this, but
Yeah. Well, he made the counterattack lurkers first. If he makes the lurkers in his natural first, then he makes the counterattack lurkers, he's fine as well. But Terra can just
I think the main problem was that he didn't see the move out of Terror, because he had those 4 Hydralisks moving out of his own natural, and then the Marines appeared. And then he was, oh no, I have to go back.
It's the Overlord positioning. Like, that Overlord positioning wasn't what he wanted. He can have it over the cliff. I mean, if he could potentially get a draw with that extractor if he can just keep the extractor alive. And with lurkers at the base of the map. Because it's not like Terra has any other units on the map. This could be a draw. Terra has no units on the map. He has money. He could build some Marines right now if he drops those racks. But if those lurkers get the contain on, the extractor's still alive, there's lings on the map. Okay, this might be a draw.
Hold position. Hold position those lurkers, please.
I don't think he even needs to. Actually, it can't be a draw. Terra's just going to float his CC to the top right. He'll be fine. As long as he doesn't do this.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Hold position is what we needed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't think that through properly, but yeah. There's no comsat, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, no, he can just float to the top right with the CC, build an SCV there. He has the supply, he has the money, and then he can just build up on the top right.
With 3 lurkers, you can he potentially leapfrog them all the way to the middle line?
Yeah, maybe.
There's a lot of... Terra's getting +1 armor. I like that decision. Get a tiny bit more help against the lurkers. He can also make Marines first. He doesn't need to make... he doesn't need to land the CC immediately. Trutacz really should have killed those depots. Because with the depot still alive, it means that Terra can immediately start spending his money the moment he lands the racks.
And now we have the leapfrogging started. Remember, Terra has no detection here. No comset and no scan anymore.
Stim's pretty
But
good
I
spell. He can stim and kill a lurker.
He's trying to take over Zerg's base, right?
Oh,
Float his
yeah,
CC
but-
there.
Terra should never have let that happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, one of them should offer draw and the other one should take it, probably. He needs to kill those depots, because, I mean, Terra can land a Vax somewhere on the map, build some, like, 2 Firebats, and then just hold a high ground. Not on top of the Lings, ideally, but he could land a Vax somewhere. There we go.
I want to see the SCVs just mine from the minerals. and then retrieve the minerals to the command center. The command center just has to land for a second. The
Well,
SCVs give the
The
minerals.
barracks at
and
the
they go
bottom of the
back
map
in.
is producing. I feel like Terra can establish a base with that. He can take the
Yeah.
bottom right or something.
Oh,
that
Firebat
micro.
gets 2 kills. Yeah, that liftoff will not help.
Oh,
So where's the command center? Is it in the top?
Yeah. Terra doesn't know about the lurker that's currently behind the middle line. Medic Firebat. Okay, so now Terra has map control again. It's just his army's contained.
well, he can make a scan anyway and then kill the lurker behind the mineral line.
Yeah, because the Academy's still alive. Trutacz not using his links to kill the buildings is huge here.
We got +1 done.
Yeah,
Yep.
Terra has this. If those drive through the lurkers.
Oh,
Oh,
can we watch the lurkers, please? The lurkers are in position.
Terror, you have to micro your marines. Hello. Okay. Well,
Okay, we have a scanner. It's time.
but
You
he
can
has
actually-
not enough units anymore.
Wait,
No,
if he
no,
get the
no.
marines out, if he get the marines out, that's enough. If he can get the marines back on the map, that will do.
Yeah.
That
will he
plus
get
one
it?
armor.
No. Okay.
That plus 1 armor is doing work there.
Yeah, saved him. He needs a scanner though. He has 1 gas.
I mean, he can just
Yeah.
fly his CC back to his main at this point.
Yeah, he could. And we have
Yeah,
to wait another 5 minutes.
I think he shouldn't build the concept there. Oh my god, he's losing his
Oh,
marines.
he's losing it.
No.
No, Terra.
Oh.
No. I mean, Terra
he will
has
go in and
so many
kill the
units now.
character.
Terra is making this hard work.
Oh, okay, with this lurker
Okay,
dive,
there we go.
that's it.
Yeah, 1 lurker can't do it.
GG. They both wanted to end the game early with a cheese.
I don't have a base to
This is
zoom
what they
into,
got.
guys.
Those lurkers eggs misplaced on the ramp was heartbreaking. Because
Yeah.
he has such a great base trade scenario. All he needs to do was identify that it was a base trade and just make sure he didn't lose his ramp, and he does it. I'm sitting there talking about it, going, he has to just abandon the nat immediately. He can't hold it. Just wall the ramp, lurker eggs. He does it, and there's a tiny gap in the Marines run by.
Unfortunate. We can definitely see the lag. Maybe forcing the players towards more shorter strategies, like ending the game early, doing all-ins, because they don't want to play a long game with this turn rate and lag.
Yeah. I'm surprised the Overlord wasn't on the... Because if he sees the move out, he's fine. He builds the counterattack lurkers, and then it's too late to build the lurkers in his main, but... If he does that the other order, he just wins.
Okay.
Let's get an introduction, guys.
We have Terra in his classic magenta that he always plays in at 4 o'clock on Demonio Azul.
And in the 12 o'clock position, we have our Zerg player down 1-2. It is
Yep.
Trutacz.
And this is his color of choice, is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Got 2 pinks, guys.
It's 10.
2 pinks.
Pink magenta.
One's darker, one's lighter.
So if Koget were playing, I would say there's going to be some kind of like dropping the racks in a choke cheese, but Terra doesn't seem to like that on this map.
He knows that it's filthy. Also, I think Koget was playtesting this map originally on his stream, and 2 of the 3 bases can be blocked against Zerglings with 1 barracks, except for the one Terror is at.
Interesting. I did a lot of testing on this, and all 3 of them can be blocked against probes, but you have to place it like perfectly. There's like there's one spot that works for each base site, and there's also spots that just don't work at all.
No.
So with the Marine spawning on the inside, this is going to be an effective wall that Terra's got here.
Yeah.
And he jumps an STV out. Nice.
And that's a positional imbalance of this map. That on some positions, on actually both other positions, the Marine would spawn outside, but here it would spawn inside. So this is the only position where he can get the wall with only a single barracks.
Do we think we're going to see Trutacz to a 5 pool at one point? Just because of the lag. Because he's not going Mutalisk, it must be very difficult for him to play TVZ under these conditions. And
Yeah,
again,
he
Herod is
doesn't-
going for the quick +1. Straight into it.
I
Well,
think
there's
if he
one
loses
left.
this game, I definitely could see him going for it, because he will be so frustrated. If he loses this game to a lag moment, then I think he will do it.
Also, the next map is maps that we see all the Zergs cheese on, apparently. We've seen a lot of 6 pools. 5
Yeah,
pools.
that's right.
Okay, so this time the Overlord is on the cliff in a spot that means that Air will get to see the move out. So that's good for him at least. There's 0 chance that he gets caught off guard the way he did last game.
Can he see the full choke? Terra could still sneak out.
Yeah, that's true. If the Terror expects there's a Overlord there, he could hug the lower cliff.
No, but we didn't see him do that last time, so he might not take that into consideration when moving out.
Yeah, and this is just an identical build.
Yeah.
I think that this is Terra's I'm at the beach, the internet sucks build.
Well, so we are just waiting for the header then, I guess.
I think it was a 2 Rex last game, right?
No,
This
it
time
was
it's
also
a
3 Rex.
Yeah, there were 2 racks in the main, one at the Nat last game, same situation here.
Ah, yeah, okay.
And that's going to be a hydrogen surely from that drone. Oh, no Spire. Okay. This is the first time we've seen him open Muta. Interesting. I don't know about Muta against 3 racks +1. Because they're not going to be ready, surely. I feel like Terra wouldn't be doing this build unless he had a timing on this opener.
This is designed to hit right before the Mutalisk.
Yeah, because everyone goes 2-hat Muta. So if Terra's doing this build, it beats 2-hat Muta, or he wouldn't be doing it.
Could also see it last game. The Lurkers were just starting morphing when he was almost at the natural already. So it's really hard to defend.
I mean, he could just go like 5 Sunkens, surely.
Yeah, I mean, he saw the scan too, so he knows this is the same thing as last game, or he should suspect it's the same thing as last game. 100%, or only 1 to be left on gas now. Terra's just going pure Marine. +1's going to finish. The Academy upgrades, Stim's probably done, Range is probably doing.
Okay, the Overlord just flew a bit down and now up again, I think. Ah, okay, that was a Zergling. So he did check. Yeah, he's checking. He needs to get Sunkens now.
Yeah, he needs to get Sunkens right fucking now.
Even if he gets like 5
Marines.
Mutalisk
Yeah.
out, he will not be able to defend.
Yeah,
this.
Mutas can't kill this many Marines. I would like an evolution chamber in front of that Sunken at the front, just to stop the Marines from getting on top of it as easily.
Ah.
Because Marine range isn't great. he can get anything to stop the Marines getting on top of the Sunkens quickly, he'll be fine.
I think with 4 Sunkens he is fine either way. Yeah, and he has 4. Yeah, so Terror just going back.
Terra's gonna keep going. Remember last week when I said it was a Peruvian special, where it was just 7 racks all day? This is the same thing, but one base. This is the one base Peruvian special. Terra is not going to stop. He's not going to build a CC. It's just going to be constant Marine production. And if Trutacz doesn't respond with constant Sunken production, Terra will eventually bust.
I guess this is a Bolivian special this time, since he's in Bolivia right now. That's how they do it there. 1 base instead of 2 base, 7 racks.
Yeah.
So, for anyone who is not used to seeing this, the Mutalist's job is to either pick off some Marines from the group or kill reinforcements. And Terror wants to join his army that is out on the map with the reinforcements, so he has a bigger ball and then he can attack.
Medic pickoff was nice. There's only so many medics. Oh, this is just that lag. I'm sorry, Trutacz, I know you hate it.
I think it was like an intentional decision that he saw no medic at that moment when he attacked, so he thought, yeah, okay, I can clear 8 Marines without the medic.
I love his decision to keep making Sunkens. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Trutacz got this. He's camping this barracks. He's even making drones. Look.
And he has that Evo in front. Just that blocking Evo, just to stop the Marines from being effective. Yeah, he's got it. He's not going to make the mistake that we saw last week with whoever's playing Dandy.
Mutalist Impa, even without micro, just wins you the game.
They do a lot of damage.
Got a tiebreaker, folks.
Ancient Scion, he ran into the Sunkens because he had to. It's the game was over, but sometimes you just want to end it properly, because it's boring if both of you make units all game, and then you're like, you know what, I can't kill him. He's got mortal bases. I guess I just lose, and you leave. Like, if you're gonna lose, then throw away your army, then leave, just to do it properly.
Show the viewers some blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now that I see the tiebreaker money maker in the chat here, remember, each game here is worth $15, around $15.
So how much have they made so far?
Score.
Well, 30 each is...
That's not bad.
Yeah.
No, don't do math on stream. It's dangerous.
So also, they are both at 55% in 5th and 6th place at the moment. They have the exact same number of wins and losses, which means that this could actually decide who gets into the top 5 of the event. Okay.
And Trutacz, another color here.
Yeah,
It was not his main color.
Trutacz with the brown Zerg on D's Illuy and no 5-pool. So second I thought it was going to be, but nope. And Terra as the magenta Terran in the bottom right, the 5 o'clock position. I said Trutacz was 5 o'clock. Trutacz is at 11 o'clock. I can do math.
Is it 11 though? I think it's 10, to be honest.
I'm not going to fight you on that.
I think he picked brown to blend into the map tile set.
I thought so, but then the pink color on the blue map didn't make sense. So I think it's just random coincidence.
Well, maybe the tiebreaker's important to him.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I've seen Trutacz pick 10 a lot, so it's not pink, it's 10. And he seems to like that. Maybe he just forgot to pick a color.
It's pink.
So I don't think we're going to see Terra go 1 base on this map, because 1 base on this map doesn't really work. You've got to break a high ground 2 base. Oh, I say that. Double racks. This is BBS. This is in-base BBS.
It is.
Okay.
I
Wow.
don't like this. I was going to say I don't know how I feel about it, but I do know how I feel about it. I'm not undecided.
Maybe he's afraid of getting cheesed. He's seen the games. He knows what's coming.
That makes sense in as much as Trutacz has like quite a polarized range here, where Trutacz could either go like 5 pool or 12 hat, both of which make sense. So yeah, BBS is good in either case. It's the middle builds you don't like.
Yeah, but he is unlucky here because Trutacz decides to go for the economic build and it's cross position, so Trutacz has a good chance of defending this.
I like where he put the Vax because that is like the furthest away from the Overlord Scout that he could be.
True. But there's also no wall, which is suspicious.
If he can force this drone back, and I suspect he can just by sending up one Marine, then he could get away with this.
Yeah, this drone is very important.
Yeah. Can we just see
probably the
Trutacz's
game
vision for
decider
1
here.
second, Ox? Can you turn off the tower? He sees
Oh,
one
he saw
Vax
one.
only. Okay.
But he saw 2 Marines, so but 2 Marines is fine.
Yeah.
I
He's
think
not
he
building a creep
didn't-
colony. He doesn't know.
Okay, he doesn't know. That's it.
And he doesn't know that he's got nothing outside the base, so yeah, he just goes straight into the lair.
Oh. The lair starts. He has no idea. Little spoiler here: the Mutalisk will not be ready for this attack.
Are you sure?
Oh, and
I think
he pulls the boys. Terra's not fucking around. Yeah, Terra just wants to get back to his vacation.
Yeah. Well, one creep colony is building, but it's not gonna finish in
Oh,
time.
those
Make this
SCVs
side.
going the right way. Terra's misclicked this. His Marines went the wrong way. It doesn't make a difference. Here come the boys. The Sunken's already below its the level at which it dies immediately.
Yeah. Just need to get it to 100.
And
And
that
he
is
gets
it.
a lot of drones.
Yeah, that was a disaster. Just build order win for Trutacz. There's nothing you could have done.
And again, he does kill the Marines.
There was no.
Okay,
no
4 more
flag.
spawning. Actually, he can defend this.
He's got 2 SCVs in his main.
I feel like Terror didn't really micro anymore because he thought it's over, and now he lost all Marines.
He's got 4 Marines. He'll be fine.
There are 2 more eggs, so there will be 8, 9 Zerglings even. 9 Zerglings here.
I'm glad I didn't close out the prediction now. I was considering closing the prediction early.
No, he can't run in now. He needs to wait for the additional Zerglings to finish. Oh, he made 2 drones! What? He actually made 2 drones, the madman. Oh no.
So it's over. There's nothing more.
And Terra has to. Terra's not getting any stronger than this. This is it. If he gets behind the middle line, he can kill the spawning pool.
Here we go!
Oh. The SCVs are not
Oh,
blocking.
My god.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's it. GG.
Trutacz takes it. I'm amazed that.
Oh man.
You guys were all wrong.
Yeah. He just didn't micro his Marines.
Yeah, I think Terra actually thought, why is this guy not GGing? Why am I even in this game? And he's probably taking a drink. I really think he thought it's over and didn't micro.
Yeah, because I mean, also just getting the creep colony dead while the Lings are killing his Marines. Like, you don't need to kill it. Sunkens have 300 hit points. Creeps have 400. You leave one SCV attacking it. Everybody else goes back to shooting Lings.
Yep.
Ariador is going to drop some truth on us, and I mean, he's better than me, so I'll listen to his truth bombs.
Is he?
Apparently, it's not about the micro.
He used to be really good.
Well, I don't know. He lets his 4 Marines get surrounded by the 6 Zerglings or so. He didn't even move his SCV in that moment.
Yeah.
He just lets him kill the Marines.
Yeah, just while going all in on the Sunken, but the Sunken's already dead.
I mean, at the hatchery even. We had 4 Marines
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
5 SCVs, and the SCVs were so far away from the Marines. Usually, you want to have the SCVs shielding the Marines, and he didn't do
Guys,
that.
if you can afford to, throw down a few dollars. If you subscribe, you get replay packs of these games. If you donate, you get a thank you. You can always message for a replay pack or whatever. Consider supporting the event. All the money goes to the prize pool. Let's get to the $6,000 stretch goal. Tara and Oya have agreed to play shirtless and drunk on their own streams one day after the event if we get to that stretch goal. And we'll host another BBT in the future. Before we get to the next set, I just want to mention we got Eon Zerg versus Casper, 9 games tomorrow, starting at 2100 Central European Time. That's 3 p.m. Eastern. It's right before our BBT event. Crossy, Machine, and Vadi will be casting this event. 9 games, as I mentioned. $350 prize pool, sponsored by a wonderful individual by the name of Thelio. An esport fund. Trovo's thrown down $50, so we broadcast it on their website. Tune in if you can. Crazy map pool, old school maps, classic G's Weekly 2021 map pool. Bonyth vs Koget, what kind of predictions?
Bonyth 4-1. I really like Bonyth's PvT at the moment. I've earlier in this event I had a lot of complaints about his PvT because he would just go Reaver Micro into Carrier Micro, nothing in between them. But what we saw in ASL was absolutely beautiful because he opens with the Reaver play, which he's really good at, gets shuttle speed, which makes a lot of sense. He has to do that with his Reaver play, and then he follows up the shuttle speed with Expansion Storm into the like double shuttle storm drop harass, like using storms in fights style that is like the current Korean meta. And then from there, once he gets his 4 bases, he goes carriers, and it all flows so perfectly together because the shuttle speed and the shuttles and so forth, that augments the High Templar mid game. High Templar mid game allow him to take the map control, take the bases that he needs to get his carriers going, and then once you have carriers are made so much stronger if you have High Templar support, which he has. It's like the perfect build order. There's no gap. There's no wasted research. There's no wasted tech. Everything you do works toward getting to that late game point where you have carriers and economy and High Templar. It's honestly, I think I don't think anybody can beat Bonyth TVP at the moment in the foreign scene. If he's like in good condition, if he's slept, if he doesn't have a child yelling at him, it's the perfect build.
You're giving 1 game to Koget. That's all he's capable of taking from Bonyth.
Yeah, I think so. It's, as I said, I think it's the perfect build.
Is Koget in the top 10 foreigner list, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Koget's amazing.
Is he one of the best Terrans? Top 3, in your opinion?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no Terran who I would rate over Bonyth at the moment, because the holes in Bonyth's game were strategic. Bonyth's micro, his decision making, his experience are all like so far beyond the rest of the foreign scene. The only issues he had was that sometimes he puts himself in positions where with all the best micro in the world you still can't win, and he stopped doing that.
MasterRey, LML, you got predictions?
I have to say I feel the same way. I heavily favor Bonyth here. I would even consider 5-0, but I'm also going for the safe bet here and predict 4-1 for Bonyth.
Didn't you guys bet like 4-1 for Terra U or something last game?
I said Trutacz 3-2, and I was correct.
Oh, that's...
Me too.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We'll
So
see.
it's 4-1. So I want to mention one thing about this High Templar style that is in the meta right now. For those players who follow RTSs or like specifically StarCraft, of course, for many years, you can always see that there are new active strategies, and they are very strong in the beginning, but over time, the defending player, or the opponents that this strategy is played against, will figure out more and more of the weaknesses of those strategies. So, for example, when this shuttle storm play first arrived in Korea, we saw all the Terrans getting destroyed because they have 5 tanks siege next to each other, right? And now I think they start to understand, for example, that they have to split their tanks, and they will play better and better and better. They will just learn how to play against it more and more, so the strategy will get weaker over time. But I think we are not there yet. I think the strategy is still good enough that the Terrans don't fully learn how to defend it. What do you think about that?
I agree that like over time players are going to get better against the shuttle style, but it's not the shuttles that are going to kill him. The Bonyth issue was that he can beat any Terran with carriers. If he gets carriers, the game's done. If he gets carriers with the economy to support it, the game's done. His issue was that he didn't have a way of getting there safely, and he does now. And it's not even a particularly expensive way of getting there. He already has the speed shuttles. He can simply throw some high tempo in them, and he's good to go. It's that I think it addresses the one gap in Bonyth's game, and it just patches it perfectly. The transitions, it's going to be so fluid. There's not going to be any weaknesses. When are you going to kill him? Are you going to push across the map when he has the speed shuttle Reaver? Is that your timing to kill him? No, it's you don't do a tank push against Bonyth speed shuttle Reaver. Okay, you're going to wait a bit and then go when he has like 3 base mass gateway with speed shuttles and high templars in them. You can try if you like. Terra tried that in ASL. It looked pretty good till the storm killed all his tanks. Okay, well, do you want to wait? You want to try and beat Bonyth carriers?
Split tanks versus storm, and then kill him before the carriers are out. That's my best prediction.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And maybe get a race against the shuttle.
It's even so. It's not going to be easy. So you just look at his style and you think, okay, wait a second, where's the push timing?
For people who may not be aware, especially some viewers from YouTube who don't really follow Brood War foreign streams, Bonyth and Koget, besides being top foreign players, they're both from Poland. Both have known each other for years, if I'm not mistaken, and are more than familiar with each other's playstyle, which may or may not matter. I mean, if you're a top foreigner, I think people will be familiar with how you play, right? And I don't know how much of an advantage that could even give you.
Especially nowadays in Remastered, when you are close together in distance, like location-wise, where you're living, you will get matched more often on ladder. And when 2 players play a lot on ladder, they live close to each other, they will just meet each other on ladder all the time and still see how the other player is playing. So, for example, I would say like Europeans should know each other, but if you have like an European against an American, then the chance is a little bit lower that they know each other's playstyles very well.
I got a chance to play Koget on Polypoid a few days ago, and I don't know if it was just a reaction to me and my style, but he played like a very, I guess, safe, solid 3-base 2-1 style. He just did like 4 factory, 1 factory expand, 4 factory take his 3rd base, get his upgrades, and like 8 factory 2-1 push killed me. And I don't know if he's going to try the same thing at Bonyth, or if that was just because he feels like I'm cheesy, and if he can get to the late game, he should be able to take me. But I don't know that's the way to play against Bonyth.
Yeah, I think that is probably because he thinks he can beat you in late game. That's
He was
my
right.
prediction.
Also. Like he got his 200-200, his 2-1 tanks, and I did nothing. I just died to them. So it's, if that was what he thought, he was 100% right.
Koget should be joining us in a minute or two. He said he's just putting his kids to sleep. And then he's gonna put Bonyth to sleep. Ooh.
Maybe. But putting children to sleep, I mean, that can last like 30 minutes if we are unlucky.
Oh, easily.
We're just giving him a minute or two.
And then he's just disqualified 05.
He has to play Bonyth knowing that his kid is awake. Deal with it. These kids, they have so much energy.
Yeah, just strap them to the bed. We'll be fine.
Old school parenting technique. Or just not giving a shit about whether your kids are sleeping or not at this time. So I was raised. I turned out okay. Wink. You especially want to stay up when you're being told to go to sleep. Like, tell me to stay awake, and then I'll fall asleep. But if you're telling me to go to sleep, you know what? Just to spite you, I'm gonna stay awake for the whole night. Reverse psychology, man.
Do we know how old they are?
Bonyth, I think, is like 32. I think
mean
he's an
the
88.
Her baby, this baby girl, is she like one, guys? Cute little thing. Koget, I believe, has two. One of them's 2 or 3 years old. The other one might be slightly older. I mean, they're both young dads, so they can't have teenagers as kids.
Too young to smuggle a smartphone in bed and watch the stream.
MasterRey, I've never seen this dark sense of humor side of you.
Was it dark? No.
It's fine.
Koget wants to know which channel we're in. Oh, so he's watching the
TQ.
stream.
With square brackets around.
Okay.
Alright, guys. They're here. We're gonna get started after this hype video. Koget vs Bonyth. Bonyth vs Koget.
I think Bonyth might be AFK.
I was also AFK for a second there. So, did we hear predictions from the chat already? And I don't mean channel points predictions, I mean predictions for the whole show match, guys. Put them in the chat. We have a 3-2 Bonyth from 11 BC2. We have a Kwark wins.
Unlikely.
I win just by being here.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
just-
wanted to say, everyone witnessing this beautiful show match wins.
I feel especially privileged to just get to talk about it. Just Bonyth and Koget are such great players, and I get to just hang out here on Discord chat, just with you fine gentlemen, talking about the games, telling everyone what I think about the games, and everyone else has to listen to me. It's it's a good situation.
And now we are actually see a Protoss in the game. So we three are all Protoss players. So we actually know what's up now in this game.
I'm sharing some of the
Okay.
predictions with Koget. Get him tilted.
Ox trying to get Koget tilted, yeah, in the pregame lobby here. Trying to destroy his mentality here. Break
Well,
his
I mean,
mentality.
Koget thinks Fanny is up to Bonyth how many games that Bonyth wins. Koget just placing it all in God's hands, and by God I mean Bonyth. Fate will decide. Okay, game starting. We're finally going to see them. It's going to be game 1, Protoss against Terran on Polypoid. The bets are surprisingly even, 11k versus 8k.
Yeah, it was Koget on 12% just a second ago, but then someone just did a huge bet on Koget.
Ox, can we change the colors? Okay, so in the bottom right on Polypoid, we have Bonyth as the blue Protoss. And in the red, in the top right, Koget as the red Terran. So we immediately get close position, and not the close position that I think Koget would want, because Koget's third is not facing towards Bonyth. He doesn't have that high ground advantage. Instead, when Koget pushes, he's going to have to take Bonyth's high ground.
Is
Everything
Koget
stands-
actually in Denmark?
Yeah, Koget's in Denmark.
Okay.
And I think Avi Love isn't in Denmark, just to make things confusing.
He's in Poland.
Yeah, so super standard so far. Koget with the standard depot position just for controlling Zealots if it's turned into a Zealot rush. Bonyth doing standard gateway, and he is going to scout in the right direction. Nice. Gas is not down yet. Bonyth, are you doing something sneaky? Bonyth's doing a Zealot opener. Okay, so the question is how many Zealots before Dragoon? Because sometimes it's 2 Zealot Dragoon, sometimes it's 3 Zealot Dragoon. Oh, the SV on the ramp does nothing.
That juke.
All you had to do was spam S on it, but... Okay, so Bonyth knows
SCV
what's
of
going on.
Koget scouting the right direction, that's very important for him.
Yeah.
I don't think he saw the probe coming from that direction, so yeah, just 50-50 chance, but he got it right, so he can prepare accordingly and should take almost no damage against the early Zealot here.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be 2 Zealot Dragoon rather than 3 Zealot Dragoon, just because this is a factory opening from Koget. And you don't want to keep making Zealots against the first Vulture.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so,
interestingly, there's no wall to hide the Marine between a depot and the Rex.
yeah, he's just going to try and hold the ramp with STVs, I think.
He has to at this
Yeah.
point.
So Bonyth wants to force a Vulture in this position. He wants the Zealots to do so much damage that Koget feels he needs a Vulture to defend, and then the Dragoon's going to come clean up. Koget, on the other hand, wants to get a tank first. He doesn't want to make the Vulture. He wants to go straight machine job. So he needs to take so little damage from this that his Marines can hold on until the tank's there. And it looks like he's going to get what he wants.
Will Koget buy it? I'm not sure. Will he make a Vulture? I don't think so at this point.
No, he doesn't. He's desperately trying not to make a Vulture. I think he wants to go straight machine shop tank. And he's got the SCV, so the SCV sees its Dragoon range. He never wants to be in the position where he's got like a few low health Marines and a Vulture against a Dragoon. But he should be completely fine.
Yeah. All
He's
but going
freaking
out,
hard.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about going out here again.
Yeah, these are full hit point Zealots. If these Zealots were a bit weakened early, that would be a different story, but these are full hit point Zealots. And now the SCVs are out of the fight. One's dead, the other one has one hit left on it. See, Bonyth just, Bonyth remembers. He goes, wait a second, I've hit that SCV 3 times already. One more hit and it's down. And I think
now
Koget's gone straight tank. Yeah, Koget's gone straight for the tank. There is no Vulture, I think. So now he's in the awkward position where he's got the Marines dying. Yeah.
Oh man, that was too risky. That was too risky to move out there against.
Yeah,
he
could have waited for the tank, but maybe put the CC on the high ground and floated it later.
Yeah.
Because he needed to micro perfectly, and any micro mistake was just going to cost him. And now it's too late to recover. He's sure he can build Marines, but there's going to be range Dragoons just pinging them the entire time. If I tried this, my Dragoon would have been surrounded by SCVs immediately. Bonyth Dragoons do not get surrounded, apparently. They're too slippery. And Bonyth's Nexus has already started. This is... Yeah, Koget's going all in. Koget is pretending... He's faking a CC. He's got a second factory ready. Koget is using that bunker and using the tank just to force the Dragoons back. And he's projecting that this is still going to be a standard CC opener, but it's not. Koget just going straight into the all-in. Bonyth surely knows. He saw that there wasn't a CC, but there was an SCV there. But then he's forced that SCV to repair the bunker.
Exactly. He sees that the repair instantly came to repair the bunker, so I think he knows that there's no CC.
Yeah, he's got to. I mean, he's adding a bunch of gateways. Bonyth is playing this like he knows there's no CC. He could still mess it up if he runs into a mine, but he would have to run into a mine. Lovely SimCity too, just in case it's drop. Because it could be 2-fac or drop, but I think he suspects it's not CC. Also, only one Marine
is certainly not enough to repair bunker.
With only one Marine in the bunker is just there as a decoy. It's tickling the Dragoons, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, in Bonyth he's got 3 gateways against 2 factories. He's got observers. Koget's looking for a miracle at this point. Yeah, Bonyth's just styling. Koget knows.
Oh.
GG. Ah man, it's so frustrating. You see Koget getting the scout off, seeing the exact build of Bonyth, but then still running down the ramp and getting killed.
Well, against a weaker player, he'd have been fine. Is the thing. He had what, 5 Marines and 2 SCVs against 3 Zealots. I've lost that with the 2 Zealots plenty of times.
Yeah, but I don't see the point at all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's putting himself in a situation where if he micros perfectly, he can not die to Bonyth. But I mean, why would you try and out micro Bonyth for your tournament life, or
and there's almost no gain. Even if he knows that he has 100% perfect micro, even then there's almost no gain from actually going down the ramp at this moment. He can just wait for the tank, because he was not going for a super fast expansion anyways against these units. I don't know. But yeah, that's how it goes, and now we will see game 2 on Stilfit.
Okay, so we have Bonyth as the teal Protoss at teal Protoss at 12 o'clock on Stilfit, and Koget as the Black Terran at 8 o'clock on Stilfit. Trying to think if I think this favors either player of these locations. I quite like how Bonyth's mineral only, which is the expansion he's probably going to take as his third, is facing away from Koget. I think that's nice. As Koget might want to take the pocket expansion his third just to keep his front locked down. Because you wouldn't want to take the mineral only against Bonyth because it's very exposed to shuttles, I think. I've also seen Bonyth do some on this map where he goes like 2-gate goon rather than the quick robo and just does a lot of dragoon pressure early on.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, especially on flat maps that don't have a ramp.
It's probably a good map for the Zealot opening again as well, if you wanted to go that option.
Yeah.
And not taking a gas, so it looks like he will be.
But it looks like he will not scout the right direction this time, so he cannot harass the SCV building the Rex or the second depot.
So probably another Zealot Goon opener. And it worked really well for him last time. This is even a better situation because it's flat map, so it makes perfect sense that he would try this. He isn't getting the first scout, so he might go for a third Zealot first. No, with that core timing, this is Zealot Goon.
And this time the depot is next to the Rex, so he can micro marines in between, even between the command center and the Rex. So the factory is a little bit too far at the top, in my opinion. It's not in range of a marine that is sitting between the depot and the Rex, so that SCV building the factory can be harassed without taking damage from that safe spot of the marine.
Yep, we're going to see that. It's going to come down to the micro. I wonder if he's going to place a pylon by the factory as well. That would actually be quite useful here. Oh, he delays the factory build too. Every second here counts because, again, it's going to come down to the tank against the Dragoon timing.
Oh, gets another one. Will he get this one?
Either way, he stopped. Oh,
oh my god.
Oh, 3 SCV kills and he delays. I mean, Koget's fucked. Koget cannot get his tank out on time anymore. And even if he does, he lost 3 SCVs.
Oof. Hard position for Koget once again.
Yeah.
He'll now get a vulture, I guess. Yeah, he will.
Yeah, he has to. But then that's going to put him in a bad position against the Dragoon, because all of these means are going to take a few slaps to the face, and then after that it's only 1 Dragoon hit to finish them off.
It's 5 Marines, so he's still fine against that 1 Goon, I would say.
Until range finishes.
Oh, but he can't go out that far again. No!
Yeah, look at Bonyth with the... He's just going to tag each Marine enough times with the Dragoon to make sure it gets the kill. Dragoon actually with the miss, that's kind of funny. I mean, Koget's dead. He spent so much money at this point on Marines that haven't done anything. The Vulture's lower hit points. He's trying for like a counter play with the Vulture, but it doesn't have any survivability. There's nothing to repair it. And the Dragoons have Dragoon range.
Little mistake here by Bonyth to not go below the bunker to block the Marines and kill the Marines before it can reach the bunker.
Or just focusing the bunker down. Actually, shooting the Marine was a mistake there. He could have killed the bunker.
Yeah, one of those would be better.
Yeah. Okay, so Koget's just going straight for an all-in here with the counterplay Vulture. So with the counterplay Vulture drop. He recognizes that he's taken too much damage again. Oh, finishes up the early Vulture. So those mines, yeah, Koget is... He knows.
Once again doing the same mistake. He again sees the build and again moves out and dies. I don't understand it.
Before even the move out, he lost he lost 3 SCVs building the factory. I mean, that's devastating.
Yeah, for sure. He was already behind that. That's very unfortunate for him. Didn't micro his SCVs perfectly there. So he was behind, but even then, after that, he still goes out and just loses the game. Same as game 1.
And it's the Bonyth micro is the thing. Like, if you're watching the attack on the SCVs building the building the factory, the Zealot moves with them. It's like Koget has an SCV that takes 2 hits. He pulls it off, he cancels it from production and moves it back to the mineral line. The Zealot gets 1 more hit in it before the SCVs finish getting off production, and then it starts running. But Bonyth's Zealot is already moving with it, and he gets that moving shot with the Zealot to finish it off. Like, that's the Bonyth difference. He's one of the only players I've seen do moving shots with Zealots.
Yeah, he's doing it very well. Okay, game 3 starting on Eclipse here. In the top right, we have our blue Terran Koget. And in the bottom left, our Protoss winning very quick 2 games. It is Bonyth.
And I mean, Bonyth should just go for the Zealots at Goon opener again, honestly. It's working. And this time it's a VAP map, and it's a slightly longer burst distance, because before he had Polypoid, which is Polypoid close position, which is faster, and Sylphid, which has no ramp. But even so, I mean, if it works, it works.
Okay, I guess we'll just see the same, yeah, for Bonyth, for sure.
If he can make it work on Eclipse, he can probably make it work anywhere too, because it's a long rush distance with a ramp, but he just looks on a different level. Like, he makes me want to do this opener. The problem is that when I do this opener, you don't just kill all the Marines.
SCV, Zealot runs to the Marines, to the 3 Marines. There's 1 SCV. Zealot gets stuck on that 1 SCV, can't reach the Marines, then barely makes it to 1 Marine with red HP. That Marine gets pulled back. Zealot is dead.
Yep. And the probe dies immediately. None of this shit with the probe is doing, like, helping the Zealot to get 2 hits, 2 hit kills on Marines.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat asking why Koget doesn't make the bunker earlier. Because he can't make the bunker easily against the first Zealot. Okay, Bonyth just going for a core opening this game though. None of that Zealot nonsense. Just gas core. I like this. I mean, it's not really the right map to go for the cheese on. And Koget's actually going for cheese himself. It's going to be a proxy factory, I think.
But there's no... He's not only mining gas with 1 SCV. Is it a proxy barracks?
I don't know what this is.
Okay, now he's actually mining with 3. Okay, I was very confused there. You can't get 100 gas in time with 1 SCV. That's not gonna work.
It's a proxy something.
Yeah, now it's a factory.
Bonyth isn't scouting because he doesn't feel like he needs to. and doesn't feel like there's any benefit. He knows where his opponent is, and he's confident that if he sent a probe, there'd be a Marine on the ramp. All he'd see is that my opponent opened with 1 Marine. I mean, what's the point? Okay, yeah, my opponent's definitely Terran, and they're definitely the other base site. It's no reason. This is going to possibly be dangerous, though. If Bonyth goes to like a 23 Nexus, is he going to kill that SCV? No. Okay.
Looked like he wanted to smash that gas container on the head of the FCV.
Constant Marine production. Are we going to see Koget get vision of the crisp minerals and do like a drill with this too? Okay, Bonyth is not adding another pylon. This is the 23 Nex. This is actually huge for Koget. Also, if Bonyth runs a second Dragoon out of his ramp, Bonyth gets a second Dragoon, doesn't leave it at the ramp, Bonyth just loses. So, because after this Nex he's going to make a pylon, after the pylon he's going to make a robo, there's not going to be Dragoon in production for a fucking year. There's going to be such a long time where there's no Dragoons being built after this one Dragoon that's about to spawn. If this Dragoon isn't on the ramp, vultures get in.
Yeah, I just want to say, usually you let the second goon on the ramp, but he also just saw the SCV coming
beautiful.
from
and
the
in
right.
It goes. Yep. Beautifully done there, Koget. That was stylish. This is like a very, very clean counter build to the 23 Nex, and there's no Dragoon in production. There's 2 Dragoons, and they're both on the other side of the map. But if now just starting 1 Dragoon, but there's 2 vultures.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he can't recover from this, and he's not even like Koget's behind. Koget has his bunker up and his CC building. Koget's fine. And even once the Dragoon gets it, like Dragoons do no damage. A vulture can last against the Dragoon for a year. I mean, okay, the probes get the damage done, but even so, look at that supply difference. Bonyth has 3 Dragoons, which means he has 10 at most probes.
Nice wall here with that robotics, so vultures cannot go in from the top. But I really thought Bonyth saw the SCV coming from the right. The pylon was in the front, and the SCV came from the right side. And he had the goon traveling through the middle, the first goon. So he knows that there was no SCV like coming from Koget's base. But I guess he didn't notice.
So, I mean, that was such a smart play, but at the same time, Bonyth should know better. It's like a law that when you do the 23 Nexus, your second Dragoon stays on the ramp. And it's always really frustrating to be doing that because you're like, well, I should be shooting this bunker. I've got quick Dragoon range, 2 Dragoons do twice as much damage as 1 Dragoon. You want to go shoot the bunker? But you can't. That's the thing. Every now and then, this happens. You're like, okay, you know what? I remember why I don't do that anymore. And then you go 100 games and nobody does this to you. And you start sending the second Dragoon out again. But... and Koget just with the punish. And it was such a beautiful time. And Koget showed just a very high level understanding of how the 23 Nexus build works and what the limitations are. I so much respect for Koget just knowing that there's no way that there's another Dragoon building. And Bonyth, he's at fault. Koget keeping him honest. Koget reminding Bonyth why these laws are laws that you can't break. I guess we haven't been talking about anything but the vulture run by for a while. So Koget is going for a starport and putting his first factory back. He's building a 3rd factory in his main and going for a drop follow-up. This is, I think, somewhat predictable just because if you go for vulture openings, drop is more likely to be follow-up. And Bonyth is actually going to see this with his first observer. Hopefully. If it runs north right now. Yeah, okay, he's going to see it. So he shouldn't take much damage from the dropship. However, he's taken so much damage already that I don't see him recovering. If he kills the dropship with 4 vultures in it, Koget is still in a great position. His economy is still in good shape. He still has his +1 coming. This is like a dream opener for Koget. He was up against an opponent going for a fast expand build and he killed all but 10 probes.
It almost feels like the dropship is the wrong play here. If it does 0 damage, it's one of the few ways that Bonyth can get back into it.
Yeah, especially also the 23 Nex opener is a robo rush. It's 23 Nex, 24 pylon, 25 robo. So that he knows there's going to be observers. because he was counting on Bonyth doing this exact opener, and he knows how the opener works. He knows his observers, but I also don't think it matters that much just because his lead is so big.
Oh, ninja expansion.
Somebody in chat would like blue-red colors. Koget not doing his drop. I like that. I think that makes sense. Maybe he saw the observer blow, or maybe he just recognized that from the timing there had to be one. But it makes a lot of sense.
I could also see him wait until he sees goons clearing his mines in the middle.
It also always has a psychological effect. Bonyth knows there's a dropship somewhere, and he can't leave his base alone.
I mean, I feel like Bonyth might have considered taking his third at this point if he didn't have to keep all his dragoons like in a very defensive formation. It pins your opponent. Bonyth, all of his units have to be hyper aware of these dragoons.
Look at how many goons he has in his mineral line at his natural and in his main base.
Okay, so are we just going to see a +1? No, it's not going to be. Surely it's not going to be a +1 end the game timing for Koget, because you wouldn't ever take a hidden expansion doing that, would you? But I don't see a science facility. This is weird. Okay, there it is. Okay, yeah. So he's just going. He's representing a 2-base 2-1. It's actually going to be a 3-base 2-1. This is cool. I don't think this was necessary. He got so far ahead early on that I feel like that he could actually potentially get behind by doing this, but it's still cool. Because Bonyth not taking his third, and the reason Bonyth's not taking his third is because he knows that Koget's not taking his third. He says, okay, if you're going to go all in on 2 base, the only way I can hold that is if I do nothing but gateways. But it's completely wrong. Bonyth is 100% fooled. Bonyth believes that the situation is that Koget's about to do a 2-base all in. So he has to build speed shuttles, Reavers, Zealot bombs, Dragoons. He just has to try and hold on 2 bases. And that's not the situation.
Yeah, we can also see that Bonyth is not taking a third base here because he only wants to get units against this 2-base all-in that he thinks is coming. The only way this could still somehow work for Bonyth is if Koget, for some reason, pushes out with too low supply, too early.
Oh, and here comes the drop. Bonyth spent the entire game ready for the drop, and then the moment he's not ready anymore, here it is.
But Cannon is ready.
Yeah. And he's going to lose the dropship as well. That was quite a nice SimCity too. +1 vultures, just insta 2 hit on the probes. Beautiful. So Koget's hidden base probably hasn't paid for itself yet. If you can't Maynard workers, hidden bases take about 4 minutes to pay for themselves. Kind of weird.
Yeah, so Koget should just wait until he has like 180 supply or so. He should not move out at 130 or so. But the upgrade to 2-1 will finish before that. I hope he just doesn't move out too early.
Yeah, and also one of the things about Eclipse as a map is that because it's a 2-player map, it's not like Bonyth can take another main. At some point in this game, Koget is going to cross the map and he's going to just push straight towards Bonyth's economy, his gateways, and Bonyth has to hold that push. You can't dance around it, you can't counterattack, you can't get into trade situations, you just have to hold the push. And that's very difficult. We did see that Bonyth's core was spinning, so Bonyth is going into carrier play. It's just Koget's economy is just pulling ahead. That hidden expansion is doing so much work at this point. Like there's like for the first 4 minutes the hidden expansion doesn't pay for itself, it just gets increasingly close to breaking even. And then after that it's just fantastic.
And the funny thing is, in a normal game, Bonyth would maybe realize and sniff out something is wrong here. Why is he not pushing? Why does he have so many units? Maybe he would actually realize what's going on. But because we had such a weird opening where he lost some probes and so on, he can't know in what exact position he is in the game. So he thinks, okay, this is still normal, this is still fine, he has a lot of units, but that's just because I was behind from the early game, not because he has a hidden expansion.
Oh, Bonyth 100% knows this is weird. like he knows that the push time is gone by now. He just doesn't know what it is. But Koget's push timing has been and gone. I 100% Bonyth is thinking, wait a second, what's going on?
But then he would scout. If he thinks he has an idea, then he would instantly scout. I don't think he actually knows.
I think he knows it's weird. I think he's like, this is... But I think like sometimes when something weird happens, you're just like, okay, I guess my opponent's playing badly. Which is not always the answer. And Koget's push timing is right before the carriers too. Bonyth has invested in the fleet beacon. He's got 2 carriers being produced. He's going to be getting his interceptor upgrade. He's getting his +2 air. However, none of that is ready. And Koget is up 30 supply as well.
Nice storms.
Oh, that was
my
like
God.
5 tanks.
All the tanks.
So good.
That is what I was talking about earlier.
Bonyth's the
When
genius.
the parents learn.
He kills so much immediately. Okay, now back off. You cannot lose these dragoons. You did well. You bought yourself enough time to get the carriers out. But and he's still behind. If you include the carriers, he had like 120 supply. If you back out the carrier cost, he had like 120 supply. He gets 160 of terror. He just kills it. Sense. But these High Templar are all he has.
Koget doesn't notice.
Yeah, Koget missed them. If Koget killed those High Templar, then this next push would be so much stronger. Bonyth doesn't realize there's a whole extra base and he's still doing okay. Okay, what do you guys think the odds are of Bonyth winning this and never scouting top left?
It's still 130 against 170 supply.
I know, I don't think Bonyth's likely to win, but what do you think the odds are of him somehow never scouting the top left and also winning the game?
5%. Very low.
Yeah, maybe 10.
That's because I don't think he's winning the game.
I don't think he's winning the game, but I think that, like... I know Storms were so good, and Bonyth is getting his carriers. Koget the double upgrades, of course, which means that the carriers are not going to do what they should.
At this point, Koget can just A-move.
I wouldn't aim into Bonyth's Speed Shadow Storms. And so he
Well,
tried that. That was
the
that.
tanks, it's fine.
But Koget was more ahead back the last time he tried to A-move than he is now. There was a 30 supply difference then, and also there were no carriers.
But
And
does
the
he have
last
to win now?
A-move went badly.
You know, I want this game to go on, like both players getting 4 or 5 bases, and then it goes to the real end game. And then I want to see Bonyth face when he wants to take a 6th expansion in the top left and sees its outmine.
Yeah.
Nothing
Like Koget mind out, and Koget also lifts up the CC and just moves it. Like he goes there and there's no minimums.
kills the refineries.
And he's 30 supply behind, but he's Bonyth.
Okay. No, that's it. He cannot win this fight.
Well, yeah, he's not going to try though. He's going to back. He just he storms down a bunch of the Goliaths, and there's a 3-target carrier coming. Are you going to bet against Bonyth once he has carriers?
Notice. Is he making only Goliaths now?
Yeah, he's making a lot.
Yeah.
And he knows it's Bonyth, there gotta be
Yeah.
carriers.
I mean, we before the game started, we spoke about Bonyth's style. Bonyth is just showing us what it looks like. This is what Bonyth does in PvT. So yeah, Koget knows. Anchoring his army around that.
Finish for Koget?
3-1.
3-1. Okay, so 3-2 almost probably. But
Yeah.
yeah, 3 is the most important.
And he's got his army anchored on that crater, or that well in the middle, so Bonyth can't engage him properly. Still, I mean, there's Bonyth carriers.
Yeah, and he's
Are you
almost
gonna bet
maxed
against
out.
them?
We need High Templars on the cliff on the left, on the third base.
Carriers have arrived.
Yep. What are the carrier attack upgrades? +2, nice.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. Against +2 attack against +1 armor is not bad.
I want to see a shuttle dropping some High Templar there.
Or just on the tanks, honestly, because there's nothing protecting the tanks.
Yeah.
I mean, he turns it around. He forces the opponent back. Because Koget's now going up to 5 bases, but let's take a look. See if it turns into a rout.
Ah, man.
What do you think the odds are of Bonyth winning and never scouting top left?
The odds of winning seem to be rising, but then again, it's 3 bases
20%.
against 5. And it's 3-1. What are the carriers on 1-0 maybe?
Carriers
Right
are 2-0.
now? 2-0 already, okay. Ground
There we
units
go.
as well.
Storms. All the tanks. Okay, he's splitting a few of them. But no, the storms would be so nice.
Yeah, he can't. He needs his dragoons out of there though. His dragoons cannot endure these tank shots. Yeah, okay, he pulls them back. Beautiful. This is like some kind of handicap game where, Bonyth has to just stay 2 bases below Terran and see if he can still win.
And also starting with like 10 less.
Oh yeah,
workers
yeah.
at the beginning.
I completely forgotten that Bonyth started with 10 workers. But just he lets Koget's vultures and he's got no. He's looking so strong. Like this was a disaster game for him. Oh, he's about to scout it. He's gonna see it. I wish we had the Bonyth base cam. Observer's gonna.
Oh, he did. He didn't fly to the minerals. He
No,
couldn't
but
click the
Observer,
minerals.
he's gonna see it on the minimap.
But he saw it, his screen went there for a really short down.
Yeah, he's sent some units up there now. He needs to send that high Templar with the in the shadow just so he can kill the SCVs when they evac. Because Koget's just gonna maynard his SCVs back to 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
Okay, he's
Koget's
got it down
pushing.
50 supply. This has to be it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Bonyth is trying to counter-attack.
Yeah, base trades.
But he can't lose the space. He has no second location with gateways.
I don't know. What if he kills every single
No,
comsat and then
correct,
builds the DT? He's got carriers. He can get in there. He can kill the comsats.
Is there not a single vessel?
He killed a vessel earlier.
Koget is actually retreating.
And Koget is playing it safe. I think he knows that he doesn't need to do anything more than this to. Win.
He's
He
trying
just
to
needs
kill the third.
Yeah, and or just trying to force a fight over the third. If he can force Bonyth to fight him here, take this fight, he can win it.
Yeah, he can just starve Bonyth out.
Okay, so he's storming the tanks, but fighting the Goliaths with the carriers. That's not how you can win the fight.
Yeah, and behind this, Koget has a lot of factories. He's just staying maxed out constantly. Yeah, this is the one that Koget wins. I love that opening so much. That was such a smart opening, and it shows like a really high-level understanding of Photos builds.
There are these.
Yeah, just as predicted.
All he's got to do is target the interceptors, right? Because Bonyth doesn't have any more minerals.
Yeah, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. He's got double supply, double bases. It's, in terms of all he has to do, I mean, pick whatever you want. Chat seems to think that the casters thought Bonyth is going to win this. It's
When did
Bonyth,
we say
what?
that?
yeah, Bonyth lost all but 10 probes right at the start to like 2 vultures, and then he was behind a base the entire game. It was
I also said 5% chance
Yes.
when
Yeah.
Kwark asked. So,
yeah.
and that was
Correct.
because Bonyth is not gonna win, and not because he's scouting the base.
He's got a lot of interceptors, guys, and Koget is out of money.
Koget
so
has
Bonyth.
more money coming in. Koget has 2 mining bases. Bonyth has 0 mining bases.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on this, but I think 2 is the higher number.
Yeah, it is. And 20 is also
And
not
he's-
enough for another interceptor. So,
There's a carrier not fighting. Maybe it has no interceptors, but he has no money to build them, so it's useless.
Just killing the observer. That's a spiteful thing to do. You see the blow and you're like, ah, fuck it. No observer.
Okay, so I think Bonyth is actually not leaving because he thinks, okay, maybe he can fly across the map and kill that third base. This is 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock next to the main base. He doesn't know about the bottom right. Yeah, but anyways, GG.
That was such a great opener. Like, it's... also, one thing I always really appreciate is when players of other races show that degree of understanding of the intricacies of a different race, if that makes sense. Like, if a Terran really understands the 23 Nexus PV opener from the Protoss side, that kind of thing. Which, I mean, he showed he does. He does. And Bonyth getting a refresher course on when you go 23 Nexus, second Dragoon, on the ramp, always.
Yes.
Even if it's safe, even if you believe that you... Look at the bets on this. 9k bet on Bonyth. Lucky Noob bet 10 points on Koget. That might be the best return I've ever seen. 900 to 1 odds. Lucky Noob with the bank.
Easy money.
Easy money. 900 to 1 odds.
Oh my god. And he did spend those channel points for a MasterRey negativity cast. To be honest, awful choice.
Would you like the Kwark positivity cast to offset it, or are we just going to go 2 negative casters?
I can purchase it. That one if you want.
I'm not that negative generally anyway.
It's not even available.
Let me turn it on.
There used to be one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can turn them on and off because you guys aren't always casting every stream event. I sometimes forget to turn them on and off. It should be on now. Guys, we also have Life of a Critter, where a caster picks out a critter and says something about his or her life. There's an emote-only chat. There's a timeout somebody else. I highly recommend someone time out Lucky Noob.
So do we think Bonyth's watching the replay?
There isn't much to watch.
I think
Factory.
he
Okay.
knew about it. Yeah.
Okay, so Demonio Azul. Bonyth as the blue Protoss at 4 o'clock. Koget as the red Terran at 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock maybe.
Okay, so
So go ahead.
disclaimer for anyone who didn't realize what's going on. I will cast this in a very negative manner, so
Just more harshly than you usually do, whatever that means. So no pressure, my
Yeah.
friend.
because last time when we did this, I don't think everyone actually understood what was going on and probably thinks I'm just an asshole.
Okay, and Bonyth going for the early probe. So he looks like it's going to be a gateway natural and then Zealot posture.
Yeah, forward gate. I love that strategy.
Yeah, it's going to be a 9 gate.
Yep. It's a probe
But
staying.
okay, Koget can't do the Vax wall on this location because it means will spawn on the outside. So that's going to make it more effective than it could otherwise have been. However, he does not get the correct scout, so he's not going to be able to be really annoying on the SCVs building the barracks.
Oh, pretty bad scout.
It's a 50-50. He's trying his best.
If you want to be the best player, you have
You
to
got to win your coin.
get right on those 50-50s, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get the edge.
How are you going to be the best if you can't win your coin flips? No, this is fine. This is think, although Koget is going straight into a factory, I like that Koget's been opting for the factory rather than any kind of gasless CC strategy. I think that that's maybe just a style, but also it's good against what Bonyth's been doing with the Zealot pressure. I think that a gasless command wouldn't be the right choice for Koget, so it's good that he's opting for the factory. And that scout timing makes perfect sense for Bonyth to be at 12 o'clock, so Koget is not going to scout correctly. Because Bonyth's sent his scout out so early that it actually looks normal for his probe to be getting there second. It looks as if it's getting there first. And 2 Zealot Dragoon again. It's going to be, there's gas behind this, and it's going to be, yeah, Cybernetics Guard just going down.
I'm wondering if we see Koget losing 3 SCVs and then moving out to lose again.
It certainly does seem to be a part of his style.
It's a planned strategy.
I mean, when you're playing Bonyth, it's sometimes you just got to lose all your workers. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Now this Zealot is here slightly earlier than normal. There should be 3 Marines against the Zealot. However, because it was the proxy, the 9 gate at the natural, there's only 2 Marines. That's a tiny little edge, but it is going to be enough for him to. Can he kill that SCV? He's just going straight for the Marines. I can't get micro decent. The SCV's already switched out. I thought that SCV had 1 hit left on it. And this time we are going to see a Vulture. So this is an adaptation to just going straight for the tank. I feel like Bonyth can maybe pressure this bunker though. This is because last, or what was it, Polypoid, he pressured the bunker, he killed the Marines, and then the Dragoon showed up.
Yeah, again the same.
Except this time he has the Vulture, whereas last time he went straight tank, and then he lost his bunker. So this is actually quite a lot better for Koget.
But he stopped building the bunker and the Dragoon is halfway there already.
Yeah, but the Marines have taken no damage. The Marines will be able to push the Dragoon back. Because Marines take infinite shots from the Dragoon to kill. Yeah, Koget's actually playing this quite nicely. Koget's made adjustments to his play.
Yeah, Bonyth not blocking the Marines from getting to the bunker. Oh, but the bunker is not even finished.
He doesn't need it. It's fine.
He doesn't
It's
need it,
it's 1 Dragoon. So yeah, Koget actually taking quite a nice lead there. I don't think he lost an SCV either. Koget just out-microed Bonyth, which is what we've been waiting for, because Koget is really good. So logically, Bonyth can't just keep styling on him with micro every game. And Koget with the 2-pack again. Koget not willing to play a late game without an edge. We've seen him go 2-pack game 1, dropship rush game 2, game 3 hits Bonyth with a very nice cheese into hidden expand, and game 4 a 2-pack again. Maybe Koget lacking some confidence here.
Yeah, it could be. But Bonyth should also scout the natural. The fact that he's not even like scouting could really be bad for him.
Yeah, he's going to have no warning at all. Is the Vax flashing? So the Vax isn't flashing. I like that Koget's not making Marines. Because one thing that a lot of Terrans will do is, if they're going to go for an all-in on you early on, they will let you know with the big warning flashing light on the barracks that says, I am making Marines, I want to try and kill you. This should hit before Viva. If Koget knows what he's doing, this will hit before Viva.
Yeah. Also only 1 gate, since he will probably go for that Reaver.
No machine shop spinning. That's interesting. I say interesting. That's does he not want siege mode? Or is he just tight on gas? Either way, he's okay. Now it's spinning. Yeah. Okay. Bonyth is surely dead here. He's not going to have the Viva. Bunker's going to go down. That's going to be a siege turret push.
I mean, Koget could fuck up his micro and run like 1 tank into the goons or so.
Yeah. Or if he takes forever, he could just get a counterattack with a Viva in his base and lose all his workers. But one of the things about the layout of this map is that if Koget takes a strong position here next to the cliff, he will actually be able to cover the path in. So Bonyth won't be able to ever retake his natural.
Oh, Koget losing 3 vultures to the mine. But I guess it doesn't matter.
No.
Well, it just doesn't have enough units.
Do we have a shuttle? There's not even a support bay. Okay, yeah, Bonyth is just going straight observer. Observer's going to help in as much as he's going to be able to see the mines, but he can't kill the mines. There's too many tanks. Elevator play could maybe be slightly better than not an elevator play, but it's not going to change anything. And yeah, once Koget takes a strong position on that cliff, the Bonyth's choke is going to work against him.
I mean, I can't even talk about Koget if I want to be negative here. I only can state Bonyth's situation, and that's enough.
Yeah, I mean, Bonyth is somewhere between Giga Dead and Mega Dead. It's...
Yeah, Tezagi. That's correct, yeah.
Well, it's Koget just out microed him, is the thing. Bonyth went for a 9-gated natural, 2 Zealot, and the 2 Zealots did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And after that, Bonyth didn't scout. He didn't even see when Koget moved out.
I mean, it worked the first, or the first and the third game, I think. It worked out for Bonyth. He could just out-micro Koget, because Koget was just too bad at micro. So he just thought he could do the same here, but this time, this one time, Koget actually gets his stuff together and does the easy micro of the Terran and actually holds his no damage taken.
I have an announcement. DeWalt has won the event. With this loss, Bonyth can get no better than second place.
You can't just call it early. There's a proxy game. You never know what's coming.
Bonyth with a Vive and a Dream.
Yep. Oh, we were taking 2 tank shots.
Yeah, not even shooting the Scarab there. Very bad micro of Bonyth.
Bonyth with no Vive
no.
and a Dream.
Reaver. Even worse. Bonyth making it easy for me for this cast.
Yeah. I just need to learn his siege tank range.
Maybe they just increased it in a new patch.
It's clearly the buff that Terran's been waiting for is additional siege tank range.
Yeah.
So
finally.
Koget has no comsat, Bonyth has a proxy gateway and archives. Are we gonna see him dropping DTs in?
The DT can just walk into the tanks.
Bonyth also banking 800 minerals on one base.
Imagine building turrets everywhere except in the place where your units are.
Oh, are we going to see him go for the...
Oh god.
Oh no, Bonyth. There's no reaction time. Bonyth playing with some kind of handicap here where he has to wait a few seconds between receiving information and using it. Double shadow. It's about to go down. Come on, only DTs. Give me only DTs in the shuttle and give me a pick up on the comsat. Or pick up on the academy.
Oh, Reaver cannot get picked up because of the turret. This job gets crushed.
However, the SC killed in the academy is dead and the turret is dead.
Yeah, you can just make 8 turrets at the same time. He's only building 1, so he's actually making it hard for himself. He should start some additional turrets
And
everywhere right now.
Gateway. There's a proxy gateway and there's a shuttle just bringing in the... Bonyth's not even spending his money behind this. He could have 13 speed lots just breaking out. But I mean, the academy's done, the comsats are going to start. Even on supply, if Bonyth can bust that that contain, then still no, but also maybe.
So, Koget actually built like 15 turrets everywhere, even as the contain and the main everywhere. He had turrets, but still takes damage from the DTs.
Bonyth just floating about the minerals, doesn't even care. It's like, yeah, I've got 5 gateways, no Vovo. I can't spend my money from one base. It's too much income.
Yeah. He's not used to the situation. He doesn't know how many gates he needs.
No,
How can
pretty
he not
back
spend the
metro.
money on 5 gates and a Vovo? Oh, that's not ideal.
Oh.
He
One
had
doesn't
two.
know what
He
walls
had 2
are.
shuttles. He could have elevated.
Yeah.
So Koget is
Sorry.
manually targeting those tanks. Those tanks are not shooting each other, and that's because Koget is deliberately telling them who to shoot at. It's a nice play.
Not pulling the tank away.
Oh, the shuttle is bumped into the top again. I mean, maybe.
Well, if he actually spent his money, he might have a shot, but
Yeah,
doesn't.
he's got so much money. He could have elevated all those units out as well. Instead, he had his zealots just try and break down a complete depot wall. Yeah, he's dead. He needed to clear the depots and get his army completely out. Well, that was
Okay.
nice. Okay.
Wow. At least this.
Oh! 4
Oh,
tanks.
very nice.
2
Getting its money
scarabs.
worth.
Bonyth finally woken up.
Oh my god, how does this shuttle still survive?
Oh man, that's what happens if you siege all your 3 tanks right next to each other against the splash damage unit.
I mean, is he going to do it? Look at the supplies. Bonyth is about to mine out his main, but he's about to be back on a mining base again.
Oh, but Raze kills the Reaver. Where
One
the
more scarab.
goons?
Bonyth's macro this game has kind of not been happening, honestly. It's unfortunate. Like, he's just floating 1300 minerals for so long. You can't do that in this matchup. Oh, he's found the spot.
Okay.
That's a juicy spot between those tanks, but he doesn't focus fire. An elevator, and he might have still come back, given that Reaver might go, but I mean, there's no way anymore. Not with the depot still here.
Yeah, even if you can mine from the base, it has fewer mineral fields in the main base, so its income would be scuffed. And GG.
Okay. So yeah, Dewalt wins the event.
We got a tiebreaker, guys. Another one.
Another one.
If Bonyth is playing action later, I think that makes me slightly worried for him that he's playing this way.
Oh, that's a tilting game for Protoss.
I mean, the early game he
Very
just got out
easy.
microed. Like Koget with the 2-pack was a strong play because Bonyth got nothing done with his opening.
Yeah, very bad decision to still go in and try to micro from Bonyth's side when he has the Marines between the Rex and the depot.
If Koget hadn't gone Vulture, I think it might have been fine because he would have forced the Marines back, got some damage, and bought him time for the Goon. But then once the Vulture was there, the Marines just ran in circles and the Vulture killed them both. I actually think Bonyth played game 3 extremely well, except for the sending the Goon out. That Eclipse game, Bonyth did such a good job of coming back. And those were some incredible storms. His army movement was spot on. His carry micro was great. It's just a small early mistake in the start of the game in both game 3 and 4 that gave it to Koget.
Yeah, I mean in game 3 we had the like 8 or 10 probes lost in the beginning and
Yeah.
the hidden expansion. If only one of those things happens, Bonyth can take that. On a
And
close.
I've got to give Koget props too. He's doing exactly what he needs to. He's not letting Bonyth play his game. He got in both games he got an early advantage and then just capitalized upon it. I haven't actually announced this game. Okay, so Bonyth is the yellow Protoss at 2 o'clock on Diz Ile, and Koget as the blue Terran at 8 o'clock, cross position. And so far, nothing interesting happening. This could be a fast expand from either player. Bonyth I have seen do fast expands most PvTs on this map, and it looks like this will be no exception. So it's going to be a 13 next probably. And Koget seems to want to close these games out early, so let's see how he's going to play this. 'Cause it looks like Koget doesn't trust himself like super late in a macro game against Bonyth without some kind of advantage.
Yeah, I will actually stop with the negativity casts. I hope that's fine, Lucky Noob. And yeah, let's see where this game is going.
Yeah, that's supposed to be just one game. They gotta spend their points for another negativity cast.
So one thing that I saw Bonyth do on this map previously was he went quick nexus into a robo before gas, and then he immediately died to Dandy's 2-vac. So oh, that second Vax? Yeah, Koget is not interested in playing a long game. But this is high ground for Bonyth. This is not the map to go 2-vax against a 13cc.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Everyone is cheesing on this map, and you always have to fight into a high ground base.
Yeah, it's
If you block off and your Rax is flashing, doesn't that make it suspicious?
kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well, yeah.
It depends if he's expecting more. Like a fast Dragoon.
Oh, that was nicely done too. Yeah, it doesn't pick it off, but that running up to the probe and getting the probe to attack the Marines just so it doesn't run away.
So, will Bonyth get a fast robotics, or will he add additional gateways here? I mean, he's in a good position to defend this because it's cross position as well.
For me, Dragoon range is going to be the decider. If he goes Dragoon range before Robo, he should be okay. Because he can...
Wait, you think it's that early? Okay.
Because if he clogs up his ramp with buildings or with something like that, he can use the Dragoons just to shoot over them to buy enough time. If he skips Dragoon range for Robo, I still don't think he's going to get the Reaver in time, and I think his Dragoons are going to be worthless. Bonyth has to be thinking 2-vac here.
There are definitely variants where the Terran gets a tank as well, and in that case I think he can be fine against range goons, but yeah, it looks like he's not starting a factory. But he's still mining gas, so if he's not starting a factory...
Okay, straight Dragoon range to second gateway. Love it, Bonyth. Because this situation looks suspicious. This looks like it could be a 2-vac. It's not a 2-vac, it's a different kind of cheese. But Bonyth is playing it carefully.
Ah, damn. I wanted to see the tank variation of Koget, but...
Oh, here comes a SCV put as well.
Yeah.
Okay, pylon on the ramp, battery behind it, and he can hold, I think.
Koget is still mining gas.
Yeah, that's weird.
Put so many SCVs and then he keeps mining gas. I wonder what he was planning on doing with that.
Just forgot, I think.
Yeah, probably. It's most likely. Are there no medics yet?
Oh, here's...
No medics with it.
No medics.
He's just going to go for the bunker, I think.
The academy was flashing, but I don't see any... Okay, there's...
Most probes are melting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There's a goon in the front.
There's too much damage from the too many probe slots already. Koget can just send the SCVs home, he's fine. That SCV pool was great. I don't think this would have worked without the SCV pool. But I mean, it doesn't matter that it wouldn't have worked without the SCV pool, because there was an SCV pool.
If he gets like 5 goons out, he can still do it. But yeah, okay, Koget actually realizes and goes for the goon. But I mean, there are only 3 units left for Koget here.
There's a medic.
If you don't-
Might as well be infinite units.
Oh, the Firebird dies to the probes. You don't see that every day. Actually, Bonyth is defending this.
He could kill that one medic if he wanted with the.
Oh, the Goon has to survive. The Goon. So close. The Goon.
Kills the one medic.
Wow.
Okay, I think he got it. I think Bonyth got it.
No.
If he would have gotten Marine
Well, he's not
range,
dead yet.
I guess there aren't that many SCVs back home for Koget either. He did. See, I think he should have pulled his SCVs back home immediately. After the. Oh.
Oh, what? No.
I think the moment that he kills all those probes, SCVs back home and just transition into something normal.
Yeah, but right now, Bonyth still has a lot more workers, I think. I think Bonyth is mining more at this point.
you can't make units. One gate is unpowered, one is dead.
Oh.
Oh
other
my
one's chopping off units.
no.
That's heartbreaking.
Oh my god.
That is so heartbreaking.
Wait, you can fix this. You can maybe probe drill.
He'd have to build a pylon below it, I think, to.
Yeah, you have to fill out the space so nothing
Yeah.
can spawn inside.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
so sad.
You could get probes in there by mining from the gas, blocking the top and the right side, and
Oh,
then
he's killing his only gateway. He has one gateway and he's killing it.
yeah, that's unfortunate. Ah, I think he had a chance still, but now losing that gateway, that's
Yeah, and he's
that's
got this.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
And his 2 new gates are also unpowered now.
Yeah.
Nothing he can do really.
No, it's medic and Marine with stim against two units. There's no way.
Okay.
That was a valiant attempt. I thought that was going to go much better for Koget than it did. It was Bonyth microing pretty well against it. That 3 hit point Dragoon just holding the line.
And then running into the bunker to die.
Yeah. Bunker ranges. Oh, do we think that was +1 range? Because the bunker was always shooting the Dragoons anytime the Dragoons were shooting the bunker. I think that was
no,
+1 mean range.
There was a Dragoon on top of the Nexus that was hitting the bunker, and the bunker didn't hit the Dragoon for the longest time. So unless he got it really late, there was none.
So that's a reverse sweep here for Koget. 3-2 versus Bonyth. Very good result for him.
Oh, and 6% people bet on Koget, so yeah, they're making bank.
And my fleeting dream gifting 5 subs to viewers in the chat. Thanks, fleeting dream. Also, of course, the guy for the schedule for all the players. That was a big task.
Okay, so Bonyth is now 34 wins and 16 losses. If Dandy gets a 5-0 in his next series, Dandy is going to be even with him in joint second place. Dandy's up against Oya. It's unlikely. But second place might not be a lock. Second place is back in contention.
Well, Dandy has done pretty well TVP. He has beaten Bonyth.
If Oya gets the good results against Cross and Dandy, Oya is in contention for second place as well. Like, there's a bunch of players who needed this to catch up with Bonyth, and it's doable now.
Yeah. Definitely doable. Yeah, Oya versus Dandy is maybe the third place match, but also maybe the match to get the chance for second place.
Yeah. I mean, also, we're counting Bonyth getting like 5-0 against DeWalt as well in this. If DeWalt takes a few games from Bonyth, then it's possible that both Dandy and Oya can catch him. It's just going to be one of the two because they're playing each other.
Well, Danny also has to play against Terra, and his recent results against Terra were really negative. I think he lost 0-4 in a South American tournament. Then he lost in BSL 1-2.
Yeah, Terra's a monster, but Terra is not in contention for second. He's lost too many games already, I think.
Yeah, but he can destroy Danny's stream. But then again, Terra is on vacation, playing on a laptop, so Danny might have a better chance.
So actually, this next match we're going to see Oya and Cross is actually probably a match that's going to matter quite a lot for the rankings. This has been quite a good day for really deciding how this tournament's going to end. Bonyth and Koget have decided first place, and they have put second place into contention. If Oya dominates Cross, Oya is a candidate for second place.
But Bond is still ahead. I mean, we see it on the screen here. He has 32 on the screen, but obviously he just got 2 points, so 34. That's still 6 ahead of Oya. So even if he only takes like 2 games from the vault, he still secures the second spot. So it's very hard, but it's possible. Koget definitely made it possible here.
We got Eon Zerg versus Casper tomorrow. It's a 9-game show match casted by Cross, Machine, and Body. Tune in. 2100 Central European Time. That's 3 p.m. Eastern. Be on trovo.live/TeamThinkQuickTTV. Afterwards, we got BBT. Cross vs. Oya will be live. Dragon vs. Terror will be live. And then Cross vs. Trutacz. 3 more BBT events left. 1 is tomorrow, and then the last 2 on Friday and Saturday. Please tune in if you can. Big thanks to all the casters. Any shoutouts?
Yeah, as always, thanks a lot for inviting me to cast these awesome games. We saw some nice games. Definitely some unexpected results here as well. And yeah, if you guys want to see an A-ranked Protoss play on a controller, then tune in on Sunday. So on Sunday, I will actually do a StarCraft controller stream on my channel. You can see the link in the chat right now, MasterRey. Yeah, will be fun. I mapped the controller to keyboard and mouse, and I will attempt to play ladder with the controller. So
That's fun.
Will be fun.
Are you going to play STPL on a controller?
Yes. No, just ladder.
LML, you got any shoutouts?
Just to BBT.
Oh, you can't do that, man.
I have to. It's a great tournament. Has brought me so many hours of enjoyment. So it's really great being invited to cast. It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you joined the caster crew, guys. We got an army of casters, different people who volunteer their time, and I think it's fun. Featuring wonderful folks from the Brood War community, instead of having the same casters over and over again.
Yeah, that's also awesome. Especially on such high quality games. I also want to give a shout out to SA.
Does he deserve a shout out?
Certainly. He's also a huge Terra supporter. So, yes.
That's right. Kwark? Everyone's rooting for you for BSL 12, man. They want you to win it.
Looks like Kwark is still muted. So, another shout out to the viewers. Without you, this wouldn't be as fun. Thanks for always watching. Thanks for always participating in the chat and be active here, rooting for the players, giving some funny comments. Thank you.
Yeah, guys. The foreign community is awesome. I'm not sure if I'm right, but I think the pro gamer scene has more followers, like foreign followers. But that might be changing a little bit. with the help of BSL and other leagues and series.
Definitely. We're getting a lot more viewers, both here and on BSL. It seems to be mostly a problem of people discovering foreign StarCraft.
Yeah, it was great to see 1,000 viewers of BSL last season during the grand finals. Even though, like, BSL events, I think they have that many followers or viewers. Almost. Consistently. I want to give a shout out to The Leo, who's in the chat too. He's sponsoring these wonderful, lucrative show matches. So it's cool when we get new organizers and sponsors helping out the foreign scene. Okay. Hope everyone has a wonderful night, day, evening,